H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks. We're coming to you shortly, but we're coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Yeah, we give you double for your trouble. And guess what, y'all? I like to begin the show by acknowledging our starting five. It's a special group of people that every day they're the first to sign up to the Facebook feed or the YouTube feed. So let me tell you what we got today. Let me tell you, we got Rod Wells, we got Rick Brown, we got Todd Holmes, Rick Wilmore, and who else? Tiffany Saunders. I know we had to have a woman in that top five, because I got something. Tiffany, I got something I want to share with you today too. Let me see who else. We got old Derek Johnson, Joe Baldridge. Thank you, Joe. That go Yolanda Green is in the building. That is Moody. Let me have a roll call. That was my starting five, but let me have a roll call. Oh, Martin Vaughn over there. He gonna say something. He gonna antagonize me today. I like him. Daryl Barnes, you know what he gonna do. Karen Thomas, hey, where you been? There go Mindy. Oh, I know I got somebody got my back today. I got Mindy in there. Oh, and I got Kevin Jones. Oh, I'm good today. When I got Mindy Collins and Kevin Jones in there, I know I got some people. I got my people with me. And Kim, my niece. She don't count. But what's up, Doc? Dr. Newsom is in the building. Dr. Newsom got his hoodie. Good. And the other two guys. We got 2 more shipments about to go out today. Hey, Anissaville. Okay, hey everybody. Hey, but you know what? I want to start the day off. I want one of our former Boom Boom Room Chop Shop viewers from Memphis. If you ever you heard me on the show, I'll say, "What's up, Big Joe?" Franchise. I used to call him Franchise a long time ago. A guy grew up around me. He an avid watcher of the Chop Shop. He was sick and had pre-existing conditions, but COVID got to him. Just 2 days ago, he had a post from his hospital bed, and I got a call from Penny Hardaway this morning, and he just told me, "Man, Big Joe passed away," and he's been on the Chop Shop. If you some of y'all might remember him, and some not. But he's always, he called me Bobby. People from Houston, they usually call me Bobby. But rest in peace, rest in power with Joe. And a great guy. I mean, when I tell you, just a great guy. It's just, that's why, I'll be a little bit more serious about this COVID-19 thing. And I just, and I know to each his own, and whatever your beliefs are. And but lost a close friend the other day. Now, but Joe, rest in power. But guess what? We got exactly 4 weeks away from the start of the NBA season, and yeah, we just finished. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready to come back already? Thaddeus Moody said he got his top. Oh, what's up, Dad? he in the Chicago area. What's up, Dad? Dad, it's just, let me tell you something. If you take a look at it, it's some love and care in these Chop Shop merchandise. I promise you, y'all, before those people ship them out, I go by the plant. I want to see how they look. I'll never forget. I know Rodney Wells always talking about a red hoodie. And they made up a sample of a red hoodie, Rod. But the emblem, our design, I didn't like how it was bleeding through on the red hoodie. And, and I just couldn't, I didn't want to do that. If it wasn't, if it's not top grade, I am not going to do it. So red in this particular design, it don't work well. But we got another design that we got already ready in the can. We're gonna release next. So, but thank you. Yeah, Boogie Cousins. Yes, Mindy. I think Jimmy was talking about Boogie Cousins a little bit yesterday. But you gotta understand, Mindy. I wake up. I'm like, what's my man name? I'm not gonna say that. I was finna do my Ricky Bobby thing when he said, "I just wake up in the morning and I piss excellence." But I'm not gonna do that today. But Boogie Cousins, okay, a shell of himself, and the Rockets, y'all. I told y'all wait to talk about the Rockets with Jimmy. I don't like them no more. Okay, I'm really just not liking them right now, y'all. I'm not mad at them. I'm really just not feeling them right now, Mindy. So, but I'll mention Boogie just because you did. You talking about what about a purple hoodie? Wheelie Rock? I don't know, man. I tell you what, Martin Bond, this is what you do. You get me a list of Wheatley Wildcats, okay, that wants to buy one, and I would put a special order for the Wheatley Wildcats purple hood. I don't know if they can do it or not, but purple probably would work. But Martin Vaughn, if you email me to the Chop Shop HTX, I'll try. All I can do all they can do is tell me no. So but it's okay. It's okay. But I'm glad you're enjoying your merchandise, man. I'm just so glad that we can have something tangible to say, hey, man, I'm a part of the Chop Shop. And it's unbelievable. So what else? I got a whole lot of topics. I was trying to see was Jimmy going to come in, but I got this morning. And thank you, Joe Baldridge. Thank you so much. And hold up, y'all. What is Trey Phillips there? Let me tell y'all something. I apologize that I have not been watching Rory Harmon and Kendall Hunter play basketball. I went one time to see them play, but when I got there, they was beating the team so bad, those two didn't play. Y'all, let me tell you something. I've been robbing myself. I'm going to rob myself a little longer because of COVID. But let me show you. Y'all, let me just show you the moves. Since y'all, because some people, and would y'all please tell the people who said we don't talk about girls basketball, y'all please text them right now. So do me a favor right now. Tag somebody. Tell them about the Chop Shop right now. But let me tell you about this girl, Rory. Rory made a move last night that I can't wait to go watch her play. And guess what? I got it for you. Watch this, y'all. Did y'all see that? Trey Phillips. Man, hold on, y'all. I got to play that again. Let me tell you something. When a basketball player, woman or man, make a move like that, a double move into the jump shot. Hold on. I got to show that one more time. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Trey Phillips, y'all been hiding that girl from me. I'm sorry. Y'all been telling me about it. But man, did you see the balance? And Trey said that's light work for her. Trey, let me tell you something. I don't care what you say about that's light work for her. Trey, I've been around this game and played this game and trained a kid that was pretty good. Trey, when I see a girl make a move like that with the balance, I watched her head stay over her body. It didn't get too far ahead. That's why she could be able to, she just rat-a-tat-tat that thing. Let me tell you something. You might see it all the time, but I don't see that much unless it's the WNBA. We need to see her again on Women Rock. Yeah, let me tell you something. Women really rock every day. Every time Anissa Veal, Tiffany Saunders, and Mindy Collins and Kim Jackson, every time y'all show up on this show, it's Women Rock every day. So we just designate y'all today just to give you a day. But on this particular platform, and this guy right here, who got 5 sisters, had a mother, and a beautiful princess, my daughter, every day is Women Rock Wednesday. Y'all rock every day. And Crystal Wicks every day, baby. But I just saw that, but see, Trey Phillips, I have not had a chance to see a lot of young girls basketball. I don't, if you notice, I don't go as much to see boys. I got certain players that I pick out. But guess what? Rory Kendall, I had already picked Kendall out because I saw her. Guess what, y'all? I saw Kendall in a workout. And that's how I started watching her. I never seen Rory in a workout. So it's just unique that I can sit here and talk about this young lady. But I got something for y'all. I got some educational piece. And thank you, Joe Baldridge, for this. It's a California teen, y'all. Check this out now. He goes from Compton to Harvard to Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar. In case you didn't know, because I know some people don't know that was Greek, I just said. And it's okay, because there's a lot of this stuff I didn't know at first. What's up, Shannon Holmes? But I'm going to repeat this again. A young black man, California teen, goes from Compton, go look up Compton, to Harvard, go look up Harvard, to Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar. Go look up all three of those. All three, those Harvard and Oxford are usually synonymous with each other. But Compton, California, for a young black man, it don't happen. Unique. Let me tell you about him. He's continuing his path to greatness. 3 years ago, Elijah C. Devon Jr. of Compton, California, made headlines when he was accepted to Harvard. Okay? He made headlines 3 years ago. I probably talked about him on this show. Now he's in the news again, this time for being selected as a Rhodes Scholar, one of the 32 chosen virtually. But 32 of these people in the whole world chosen. Okay? He was studying at Oxford University in England. The senior grew up in a single-parent household. His mother, a teacher, and his father in prison. Serving 13 years away from his family, although this was hard on him, Devon was seeing his mother work hard and learning from his father's mistakes pushed him to create a new narrative for himself. Yo, everybody should be over there clapping, and everybody should be over here praying right now. He said, when I pray to God at night, I said, I don't thank you for placing my dad in jail. But I thank you for the life you've given me even if that's a part of it. Sonia Billingsley, Karen Roach, Shannon Holmes. I don't know about y'all. I ain't never met no individual. First of all, I've met one Rhodes Scholar in my whole entire life. Young girl that went to school with my son. Go Google Rhodes Scholarship and you'll understand what I am talking about. Unbelievable accomplishment for this young man. Oh my God, his name. Let me get his name again for y'all. Elijah C. Devon Jr. Go see, my thing ain't to tell you the whole story. My thing is I want you to go and right now, hey Jimmy, I got a baseball thing for him, but I want you to be able to go and look up these things. When I tell you something, like I told you the other day, look up Anna Hedgeman. Hedgeman. I didn't know who she was, but I found out she was one of the most powerful and most influential figures in the civil rights movement. But all I've ever heard of Martin Luther King. But there's some people like Anna. Oh my God, when y'all read this, one of her stories, oh my God, it's just unbelievable. So this, I know we're going to talk basketball, and I'm just kind of waiting on Jimmy to get in there. But if y'all want to talk about, I had resided to myself. I didn't want to talk about the Rockets that much, but that is unbelievable. Yes, I know who you're talking about, but guess what? He didn't come from Compton. You talking about the Myron Rowe. You talking about Myron Rowe. He's a surgeon now here helping with the pandemic too. But Jimmy just signed in. Yeah, Joe Biden. But Joe Biden, Mindy, Joe Biden he cannot appoint that dude, Rahm Emanuel. I know he cool with him. He cannot. The man that tore up Chicago up there. He cannot mend it. I'm not proud of that, Joe Biden. Y'all got to realize now, I voted for him, but I just said I'm not going to go for all that BS now. Mindy, Rahm Emanuel should not be on his team at all. And Joe Biden. And but Jimmy, okay, Jimmy's here now. Let me click him in. Let me see what you got over there, Jimbo. Hold on. All right. Oh, he in the building. He in the building. Got another hat on me. But Jimmy, I was just sharing with them, Jimmy. I don't know if you heard it or not. Young man, Elijah Devon from Compton, California, Jimmy. He 3 years ago. I think I might have talked about it. He went from Compton to Harvard. Jimmy, he took advantage of his minutes. You remember I told you what I told everybody? I told my son when he was in 9th grade. I said, when I dropped him off at school, I told him, son, you got 2 million minutes till you graduate. What you do in these 2 million minutes going to determine how you live the rest of your life. And let me tell you something. Elijah Devon took advantage of his 2 million minutes. And then he went to Harvard, served 3 years, and balled so hard at Harvard. I mean, academically, he is one of 32 people on this planet that this year are going to be invited to Oxford and study. You have to understand what a Rhodes Scholarship is and understand the significance of this to get the true scope of a kid come from Compton. When you mentioned Compton, you remember gangs and all of that. This kid blew it away. So I just want our people to really recognize and applaud this guy, just like you will applaud one of these other guys for getting a contract. Because this dude got a contract. He got a contract for the rest of his life. Basketball player, football player, their career is going to be limited. They don't have a whole lot of money, but their career. But this guy is I just can't wait. I'm gonna go check and see what he's studying in. I didn't finish reading the whole thing to y'all, but I'm curious to see what this young man ends up. What you got today, Jimmy?
Oh man, We got a lot today on this Tuesday, guys. Welcome to the Chop Shop. A lot of stuff to cover. We got a guest gonna join us at the top of the hour. We let me get this thing right for y'all. Pump that thing up in there. Damn, why is it looking like that?
Go down a little bit. Go down a little bit.
Oh, yeah, man.
Right there. Right there. Right there.
No, my light changed.
Yeah.
I'm kind of weird.
I'm gonna pray for you in that light over there. We gonna.
Yeah, but we fix it during the break or something. Yeah. Something just happened. Got me looking like an alien or something. Now, but anyway, you was talking semi-politics. Also, let it be known that Pennsylvania has officially confirmed certified the election for President-elect Joe Biden. So that's the dagger in the coffin after Michigan, because it didn't matter, Michigan, they went through that stuff yesterday. But now after Pennsylvania, then they go and they put the microphone in front of the president number 45's lead counsel person. And guess what he said? It never, let me tell you something, man. That's one lawyer that if he ever get on the stand, he would crack like fake China. He would, I'm talking about, he already just made a statement today saying on the fraud stuff, on that conspiracy theory about the fraud, he said, oh, I was exaggerating a little bit. And what they done, they done took all these people who fell for this Ponzi scheme. Bernie Madoff ain't got nothing on this dude Trump, this President 45. I let his name slip out. Meaning that all of the money that people have been donating for the fight his legal fund, that money ain't going to his legal fund. It's not going to his legal fund. Now legally they can use it. It broke down. You guys can Google it how it's broke down on the way how it can use it. But the money, unless it's a humongous donation, those regular thousands, 10,000s, 20, they going to him. Now he might use some.
Oh, you talking about this campaign fund? This campaign fund?
No. It was earmarked, and the way it was designed and solicited was a legal defense fund to file all these lawsuuits. These frivolous lawsuits that they got tossed out for approximately 40 lawsuits.
So you telling me a billionaire, a proposed billionaire, need a fund to help him with his lawsuit?
Gave him that's what they just gave him was when you had that party and you come home and you getting ready to go to the joint and you got that one party. Everybody had that one party to get ready to go. You got Big Pookie on that party. Everybody gonna bring Big Pookie, give him some money to put on his books. That's what y'all doing. That's what you just did.
Let me see. I'm gonna show you how you can get out of it right now.
How you can get out of it?
Right now.
If he stepped down and let the assistant president become president and then go about, but guess what? Even so, that does not avoid that girl with that switch. Remember old switch in New York? Because that's a state charge.
He gonna partner from all of them, man.
You can't. No. No, you don't have immunity from the state. That's only for federal. It's only for federal.
Well, guess what? The governor can't stand him either. Oh my God. Okay, the governor can't hate him too.
That's one state. Guess what? That woman, and she just made a statement towards him last week. I wish she hushed up too. She can't be tipping her hand like that.
She not tipping her hand. She telling y'all what she wants y'all to hear.
No, she already told him, just be cool with it.
Listen to me. If she's saying what she's saying, she want it out there, man. Come on, man. That's what she want out there. Just like, hey, guess what? She playing on y'all's public opinion, just like he been playing on the other side of public opinion. Oh, dude, you know what? You know what burns me up, man? I was laughing I was just laughing. Guys like Trump, right? I was just thinking about him other day. You know, talking about I didn't did more for black people. But Jimmy, all I be saying is, dude, I don't need you to do nothing for me. Just get out the damn way. Just leave me alone. I don't need you. Do me a favor. This is what I want you to do. Me a favor. Just get out the way and don't have the interest rates for my house higher than the dude across the street from me because I'm black. Don't stop the banks. So once they put in black, stop them from lending me money. You don't have to like me. You know, like Doc Rivers talking about American don't like. You don't have to like me. Just get out the damn way. I don't need you to be my friend. I just need, see, I don't know if y'all ever got one of those letters. 2004, 2007, I bought a couple of properties. And I got a letter from the state attorney general, Jimmy, saying, Robert, you were charged more than you were supposed to be charged because you were black. You're part of a class action lawsuit against that. That's the stuff that we don't even think about that's going on. Because guess what, Jimmy? If I wouldn't have known, if I don't get the class action lawsuits, Martin Vaughn, how I would know? Because I told y'all the story on this show, and I know y'all found it hard to believe. A friend of mine's daughter went to Dartmouth. She had a white boyfriend, Joseph Baldridge and Tiffany Sanders. So when, you know, they had white boys, so they both were graduating and filled out, the black girl filled out both of them to get them a credit card, right? The girl had a job already set up. The boy didn't have no job set up at all. And when the cards came back, Derrick Johnson, her limit on her card with good credit as a young black girl getting out of Ivy League school was $5,000. His limit, no job, no nothing, no job prospect, was $20,000. And we sitting here arguing with these folks all about all this other stuff. But just take the restrictions off. You don't have to like me, Donald Trump. You don't have to. If you want to do something, you ain't done that. And we might have people out here. Y'all probably done got that letter before. You know, hold up. You'll praise my property less than you'll praise the other guy's property, the white guy's property. That's what I hate we had to go there, Jimmy. But when guys like Donald Trump tell me, black people, what you got to lose? You got to vote for me? And I don't never see, and another thing about these athletes, and I love them to death. They went over, matter of fact, Jimmy, I got something. We're going to have to take a break, though. But they went over to, where'd he go? They went over to see the Pope. And I thought I had it set up. But they went over to see the Pope. Hold on, Jimmy. Check this out. Check this out right quick, y'all.
This is a book put together, by the Players Association of many of the things that us players have, done to, use our voice and, to fight for equality.
This is on behalf of the Orlando Magic and myself. Just the and this is a gift from.
That's how powerful these young athletes are, man. I don't know about y'all. I ain't never seen the Pope and been around the Pope. I don't know about y'all. It might be just, so some of y'all, it might not be no big thing, All right. But to me, that's the power that these young guys got, Jimmy. And I was just thinking about it, Jimmy. He invited them over there to meet with them to talk about justice, equality, social justice, and racism. and the Pope wanted to hear from them. And I think about it made me think about some John Newsom back when the UN about the UN when they used that as a tool that Malcolm X used when he was alive, because that was the body that you fight and make a case for what's going on in your own country. And then I go back and look at these athletes, y'all, and guys getting all these money in the last couple of days, right? But then I go back and look at our sports leaders when we saw Jim Brown and Muhammad Ali and John Carlos and Tommy Smith. If you don't know who John Carlos and Tommy Smith is, I did not realize how ostracized they got from this country and from the Olympics, how they got put off the Olympics campus and sent home. It was a crazy stuff that happened to them. Then Maya Moore using her platform to get a guy to jail. She stopped playing basketball and now she's married to him. But what was in y'all's thoughts on this, y'all? I want to know, what was it? Y'all been watching sports for a long time. A lot of you people, right? It's good to see citizenship. It's good to see. But for a long time, we talked about players not getting involved and not doing things. You remember, and why they wasn't saying anything. We talked about Jordan. You remember Jordan, and what did Jordan supposed to say, Jimmy? Republicans buy shoes too. And then how Tiger Woods wouldn't get involved. But I thought about something, Jimmy. When New York, y'all check this out, and people from New York would know this, Darryl Barnes. When New York was having its problems with Bensonhurst, what was his name? Bernard Goetz, the guy who got on the subway and shot them 4 teenagers, Eleanor Bumpers, a disabled lady. The police came in and shot a disabled lady, and the Central Park 5. But Jimmy, where was Lawrence Taylor? Why didn't he speak up? Where was Patrick Ewing? Why didn't he speak up? It's good to see these players getting involved now, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I'd like to have a line of demarcation, though, drawn between the players of then and the players now. I see them in the same family, Jimmy, as Ali and Tommy Smith and John Carlos, but I don't see them directly in the same lineage because the situations were so different. Think about it. LeBron can talk now, Jimmy. LeBron got $480 million in the bank. I look at these athletes today, Jimmy, as to me as peacemakers. I rarely see, and y'all help me, Demetria. Y'all help me, John Newsom. I rarely see a black athlete today say he is specifically an advocate for black people. They will say social justice. They will say justice. They'll use different words. But Muhammad Ali was very clear. He supports black people. John Carlos, Tommy Smith, if you don't know who they are, they supported black people. Today's athletes are moving a little towards that. But when you see what happened with the police, but for most part, y'all, when they get involved, I mean, it just ain't there. It's just they're reluctant to say that they are for my people. And let me tell y'all something. When I got on this show, Kim, in the beginning, I don't struggle anymore, but when I first got on this show, I had this grand vision, Jimmy, of talking to everybody, Daryl. I had this grand vision, Jimmy. But when it became clear that I'm not talking to everybody. Not everybody can hear what I'm saying. Not everybody can hear what Jimmy is saying. Then I decided I'm going to talk to the people that can hear me. I'm talking to y'all, Derek Johnson, and maybe others will follow. I might not be able to convince you that I'm right and you're wrong, them people, but you can stay in your bubble. It's okay with me. But when I'm looking at these black athletes now, a lot of them, they're not doubling down on black, Jimmy. Not even Maya Moore, Jimmy, who gave up her career for justice and to get her man out of jail. But she talked about criminal justice, Jimmy. And I got to tell y'all something. I went and looked up the stats, Mindy. Most black people are not in jail. When people talk about reform measures for black people, they always start with poverty and jail. And I'm telling y'all, I got to pause with that, John. Not that these things are not important. Don't get me wrong. So listen to me. Not that these things are not important, because we are disproportionately impacted. But the vast majority of black people, 74% of us are not impoverished. And the most vast majority of black people, they're not in jail or haven't been to jail. So when people like Trump talk about what he has done for black people, I don't need you to do anything for me. I just need you not to hurt me. So, I mean, I didn't want to go there, Jimmy, but I was just thinking about, because, so, you know, people were calling me the other day about athletes and this, and when they think about us, they always want to talk about prison reform and incarceration. All of us are not there. 74% of us is not impoverished. We got people watching this show on the Chop Shop every day. You need internet, you need a computer, you need a device. Y'all all right. So I just hate every issue we have to talk about and we have to cover. Let's talk about what something I just told you a minute ago. You got property over there, Jimmy, in that neighborhood. I got property, Memphis and everywhere, right? I just want to make sure you don't discount my property and stop my wealth, or put appraise my property lower just because you see a black man's name on it, and next door you appraise theirs higher because they're white. Because guess what that does? That builds wealth. So something happened to me, my kids can have it. Something happened to them, their kids can have it. That's how you build wealth. So, y'all just caught me on the wrong day. When you talk about my people, and I see what's going on, but Jimmy, where else you want to go, man? We could go somewhere. You should have said nothing about politics, because you know I am. But let me turn on my fan. I done got hot.
You just said you don't need the president to do nothing for you. You just need him basically to just let you be.
Yeah.
My thing is, or not to hurt you.
Yeah.
And my thing is this. If you believe that the sitting president is a white supremacist, if you believe that, right, then what do you expect? Then that means you're subscribing to the understanding that that's what white supremacists would do. Any white supremacist. So for you to ask of that white supremacist to not hurt you, that's what
I'm on that, man. Excuse me, then, because I'm not worried about him hurting me, Jimmy. But I'm playing off of his damn words. Listen to what I said. He said what he done for black people more since anybody, since Abraham Lincoln. And all the stuff I said, you picked that piece of shit there out to say, all I'm telling him, I don't need him to help me. I don't need him to help. Just get his ass out the way. That's what I meant.
But
that's what I meant.
Once again, if you believe he's a white supremacist,
then guess what?
He ain't trying to get out.
So guess what I did? I voted his ass out. Me and 75 more million people voted his ass out. So that's what we did. So guess what? That's the power of voting. When I tell you, all you people, well, I don't think my vote would count. You're voting out. So guess what? We ain't got to worry about him in that position no more. So that's the point I was trying to make.
But everybody that voted against him are rejoicing in that mode. I'm just talking about the far.
You said I did something about it, Jimmy. I went and voted. That's the only way I could do something about it. Guess what? Hold up. I said what I said. He said He done did something for black people. And I'm saying he ain't did nothing. Just get out the way. And guess what? He wouldn't get out the way. So guess what I did? And listen to this again, because you got something stuck in your head that's far out of range. I voted him out. I voted him out.
Understand something. Understand something. It would be equally ignorant to sit here and say that the president that's sitting right now, as much disdain that lots of folks, including myself, have for him, as much to sit there and say that and sit there and act and say that, to say that he did not do or present or provide any amenities for black folk, then that's straight up ignorant, because they did. Now, whether you wanted to receive that, that's like saying that you.
I said me. I said me. He might have did something for your ass. He ain't do nothing for me. He might have did something for you.
Situation, the HBCU situation, that wasn't doing.
I ain't going no damn HBCU. I said for me.
Didn't your family go to HBCUs?
I paid for it. I paid for it.
I say your family.
Yes.
You was a little boy.
Yes.
How you paid for it?
He wasn't living. He didn't do nothing for H. That was goddamn it 50 years ago. Jimmy, he been president for 3.5 years. He couldn't do nothing for my family back then.
Understand something. You just say, I'm just telling you, but for a person to go and subscribe to the theory that ain't nothing been provided, then that would be it.
He might have provided something for you, Jimmy. Jimmy, he might have provided something for you. You can't put that on me. That was me talking. That was me talking. A guy that understands the political process. That was me talking. It had nothing to do with you. It might have went over your head, because out of all that I said, that's the only thing that you could grasp your mind around.
You talking about somebody that already lost their job, and you as though they're still on assignment. He's a lame duck right now. He's dead man walking in regard to the relevance of being the president right now. So right now, matter of fact, this morning the Secret Service has already been identified.
You watching the news? I don't get okay.
And going with him.
You keep on watching.
So I mean that part there.
You keep on watching. Yeah. What? Okay, excuse me. What did he do for HBCUs? Tell me, what did he do for HBCUs?
He made the pledge to provide some extra government money to a lot of them HBCUs. So
have they got the money? Have they got the money?
The money comes over a period of time. How if they meeting certain qualifications?
When did he make the pledge? When did he make the pledge?
That's anybody that signs something. That's like saying. That's like saying. Hold on. Understand? In life, that's like saying. We mentioned the other day about De'Aaron Fox getting his contract.
When did he make $165
million at least, up to $195 million. He ain't got that money yet.
Jimmy,
that's a pledge from the team.
When did he make the pledge?
While he was president.
When? In his first year? No.
Want me to give you the date.
No, Jimmy, you said
right now.
But Jimmy, that's the argument. Hold up. When you use an argument against
shit, Google it. Google it.
I'm trying to act. You said he benefited my family.
No, you're not. You're trying to. It's there.
One more. You said he benefited. It benefited my family. That what you said?
No.
Did you say?
No. You went and took that. No, I didn't say that. Say provided something. You said it didn't do it for black folks. Say provided something for black folks.
I say it didn't do nothing for me.
Opportunity for black folk. An opportunity for black folk. So whether it be directly
Jimmy,
or indirectly, it's all of one. It ain't a special.
Guess what? I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. But my problem with you right now is, out of all the stuff that I said, you so many of topics, a myriad, Google that, of topics that I talked about. And you go and pull out, well, Donald Trump did do something for black people.
No, I say provided an opportunity. He made a commitment. That's one. Not to say he didn't do anything. Now, whether he was trying to do it, what his reason for? One thing, he got the lady out of he got.
I see why 70-some million of them
the lady
voted
that
for
Kim
him. This
Kardashian
is
was
the
helping to
reason.
get out of jail. That's another family. So you're saying he didn't do nothing. That to that family,
I said
if that
he
was
did-
your cousin,
Excuse
your
me.
auntie,
Jimmy,
your sister,
Jimmy, I
then
know
that
you
means
have
he
a
would have had a
problem.
direct benefit to you.
Jimmy, I said he had to get out of my way. I personalized that. I say he did nothing for me. You the one went with that mess. Because that's what you think. That's how your mind thinks.
Adam, let me remind you backwards. Go back to 4 years ago. And I remember on the Chop Shop, I made the comment. And I say it again, repeat again. And I'll refresh your memory since you're getting old over there. I told you
I'm getting
and
better.
everybody, I told you it ain't shit that no president can do to affect my life. Remember I told you that?
Well, I don't care what you said 5 years ago.
At this point in stage, no. Do you remember me saying that?
I don't care what you said 4 years ago.
I didn't ask you that. You got a problem with answering questions and not answering to you. I didn't ask you what you cared about. I asked you, did you remember me saying that?
You saying that? How does that?
It's a yes or no.
Man,
did you remember me saying that?
Hey man, I'm about to go to break.
You remember me saying that?
I'm tired of talking about
Ain't nothing.
this to you.
That president, he could do something to her.
Focus on Black mental health is truly inspired. I would love to know what made you want to be so vocal about that right now, really at a time when we probably all really need to be focused on it.
Well, when I launched my foundation, I had no idea this pandemic was coming. So I'm talking to my therapist and I call my best friend. She runs my foundation, Tracy Jenkins. And I'm like, you know, we can afford therapy. What about all of these people that are out here hurting? Like it's affecting us more than anybody else. And it's like, what can we do? That's when we came up with the virtual program. And that got us out even more. Now we've got people getting therapy, seeking help. I got goosebumps because that's how I felt like we've been doing this for so long and suffering for so long. And somebody needed to say something. Somebody needed to shake it up, say something, because we haven't even dealt with slavery. We got COVID, and then we got to watch George Floyd get snuffed out. That's trauma for us all. Strength is in vulnerability. Strength is in saying, I need help. That's where the strength is. And that's what I want my people, of all people, to understand. Strength is in vulnerability, not in, I got this, I'm going to be all right. You're going to crack one day.
You're focused on.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day, the Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and Facebook and YouTube Live. And y'all, we are allowed to talk about what the hell we want to talk about on this show. So I'm just going to let you know, to all your comments, we are allowed to talk about what the hell we want to talk about on this show, politics or whatever. Matter of fact, I was really just talking about empowering my people and wondering about my people. It had nothing to do with politics to me. But when you bring something up, so let's get that understood. Now, what else we got to talk about today, Jim?
We're gonna talk about them Houston Rockets.
Okay.
And of course,
I'll let you talk about them.
Yeah.
I'll mute myself.
Exactly.
I'll mute myself on them.
Exactly. I called on yesterday the trade, not a trade. I called, and so I spoke it into existence. DeMarcus Cousins in the Houston Rockets uniform. Shot it down, and I didn't believe me. I'm gonna call another one today, and y'all can wait on this one. It's about to come. I'm about to give you guys. I gave it to DeMarcus Cousins. You got that. Now that Houston Rockets roster looks pretty doggone good. Once again, at the beginning of last season, is the Rockets roster better than the year before? That's the magic question. Is it better than the year before? Hell yeah. Now, the next move, look.
Man, you done froze up. Okay, go again. No, you good. Let's go.
Now, It did a hiccup.
That's all right. Now go back again. Go back again. Go back through your whole thing.
Surprised.
Okay.
If the Clippers let go of Lou Will in exchange for PJ Tucker. Remember that. That's going to give the Rockets insurance in case if that happens, then they will have the insurance for a playoff roster, a playoff competitive team, and still can be able to let go. Then they have the leverage to let go of a James Harden or a Russell Westbrook. Remember, Lou Will, PJ Tucker. It sound crazy. It sound just about as crazy as DeMarcus Cousins sounded yesterday.
I said it's just ignorant. I mean, you mentioned ignorance a few minutes ago. Oh my God! Hey, I'm glad y'all got to have that to cheer for. I don't cheer for him no way. That's awesome. Oh, Jimmy, that's Lou Will for Lou Will who quit on the other team in the playoffs. You want him to come take Russell Wilson, James Harden. Russell Westbrook. Okay, all right.
Yeah. A 6 man of the 2 6 men of the year. You're adding to a roster. The name of the game is to upgrade. So they will have upgraded their roster. That's the thing. The name of the game is to upgrade. You try to upgrade in order to give yourself a better chance.
Upgrades. Who's singing Beyonce? Y'all trying to do the Beyonce? That's
the thing.
Huh? Y'all trying to do the Beyonce, huh?
Once again, you can go and you could. The Rockets don't need you to root for them. You ain't from Houston. The Rockets don't need you to root for them.
I concur.
And guess what? Rockets do bad. Guess what? You wasn't rooting for the Rockets when they won either one of the titles.
I was on. Go back and look at the video. I was on the goddamn truck.
Orlando.
I was on the truck. Excuse me, so.
You were
but I was on the truck.
Orlando.
I was on the truck.
Who you wasn't rooting for Orlando?
But guess what?
Penny Hardaway played in Orlando.
Jimmy, I was on the fire engine, Jimmy. Go back and look at the footage.
Okay. I
was on the fire engine.
You could be on the train, but not necessarily rooting.
I was just on the train saying, I'm glad y'all lost. I wish y'all had a loss. Hold up, y'all. Hold up, Waukesha Hayes got a free trip to Disney World. In them things, I got a free trip to Disney World. Me and Robert. They said, Robert,
mean you were rooting. That don't mean you were rooting.
Hey, I'm not a rooter, Jimmy. I'm not a fan. But hold up.
Hold on. You wasn't rooting for Orlando and Penny Hardaway.
I'm always supporting Penny. You know why? Because if Penny had a one, Penny win that championship, he gets more money, I get more money. That's what I was rooting for.
Understand? It doesn't matter the why. What I'm saying is the what. The what is you were rooting for them. You're rooting for them more so.
I was on the fire engine. I don't know where you were. I was on the fire engine.
I was locked up. Hell, that's where I was. Hell, you mean?
Oh, see, I didn't know. But
I made a whole bunch of suits and stamps off of the Rockets.
Okay. I was on the fire.
The Rockets started my parlay business. It started my bookie operation.
All I'm telling you is I got a couple of free trips to go to Disney World. They said, Robert Horry, hold up. Robert Horry, where you going? I'm going to Disney World.
Once again, what you're doing is you'd find an array of hope that's called a consolation. That was a consolation of joy because Robert Horry and the Houston Rockets won. But that wasn't your first choice.
I won anyway. Ain't it great to be in a situation, ladies and gentlemen, that no matter who wins, you win. Most people, especially you gamblers like you and parlayers, whatever the hell you be doing, if you could parlay where you win, any way it happens, I got this. A lot of people don't know this story, so I'm giving them the story. I'm in a position, I got the advantage to going in both dressing rooms. I could go either way. So guess what? Penny win, I get more money. Robert, Sam win, I get a championship. So Jimmy, I won, man. I was on the winning team. So, hey, I understand that. You wouldn't understand that, but I won. I was on the truck.
We're not talking about winning. We're just talking about I just said which one you preferred and you wanted greater.
You can't tell me how to answer the question.
You just acknowledge. You already gave the answer. You acknowledge it. Your money. The other guy won, and you made more money. So that's obvious. That's exactly what my point is. So that made common sense. You tried to make it uncommon, which is common sense.
I know. I just tried to give clarity. Sometimes See, Jimmy. A lot of people, you got to realize. You talking about common sense? I told you. I've been using all my sense. So in common sense, I'm finding out it ain't common no more. So what I did, it was just giving people some clarity because you don't know what the hell you were talking about. I was there. And I was just letting people know that I had him in his hand.
You just said, I don't know what I'm talking about. And you just acknowledged the question that I asked you, that I asked you in the form of question. And you just acknowledged it. You just acknowledged it to be true. Hold on. Didn't you say I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just said what you just acknowledged.
Jimmy, I'm not agreeing.
You were rooting first and foremost for the guy who could have made you the most money. So no matter.
But that is not the whole story. That's why I tell you in court, y'all, they always tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Because you can have half truths and people who don't know the whole truth, but I'm just trying to give the whole truth.
Halle, you ain't never been on a witness stand. I mean, in a trial stand, in a jury trial, on a stand as a defendant in your life.
No,
So
I
how
haven't.
you gonna tell a person that ain't been in the stand?
Just like your ass ain't never played basketball and you writing about it and evaluating people all your life for 20 years.
So Gerson Rosas, he played.
We ain't talking about Gerson. We talking about me and you.
Eric Spoelstra, did he play? Why the hell did Daryl Morey play?
You just Jim.
Hold on. This little guy that's the GM right now. Where did he play at? Where did Timothy Fertitta play at?
So Jimmy,
where Timothy Fertitta played at?
Jimmy, you're helping my argument, sir.
That's
Jimmy,
slow
down.
That's
You're helping my argument.
That stuff is old.
Jimmy,
that's a day old donut.
Jimmy, you're helping my argument.
You have to play the game.
Jimmy,
the guys that's controlling the games now.
Hold on. So now that explains, like you said, all of y'all didn't need to be in the courtroom to figure it out. You didn't need to be on the court. Gerson didn't. So why do I have to be in the courtroom? I can read. I am the one. I read more than probably anybody that I know. So I'm sitting there. So if I read and study this stuff over about a courtroom so I can't be as bright as you and Gerson. Come on, baby. No.
You can be brighter if you did that. However, there's always going to be an area that's like me in the business that I'm in with RCS Sports. No matter how much I study it, there's still going to be a room, a little area, a little space that if somebody say, well, you just don't understand, that true enough. I raise back some things I just wouldn't understand from the picture of a starter on the basketball court. Now I can understand that this is so. There's some things I can understand that a star on the basketball court probably throughout his whole career, which is a very, very few, that's never just rode the bench. But a bench rider, that's a whole different angle and a whole different perch, a limb on the tree. If you got and that's the thing. So a whole different person. Hold on. That's like the kid that plays grassroots basketball.
So Jimmy, don't tell me
don't have to pay no dude.
But you brought this up. You said I've never been a defendant. So I think that's a good thing if you ain't never been a defendant. Jimmy, I haven't always did stuff that was illegal. I just didn't get caught.
That means, and I ain't always done stuff that was illegal. The hell you mean?
Okay,
that goes both ways.
So, but all I'm telling you is, you got a question that's directed to you on the screen. But all I'm telling you is, you are helping my argument. Thank you again. But Stacey Houston said, "Are you saying the Rockets would be better with Lou Williams than Harden and Westbrook? Or are you saying they would be better with him being added to the Rockets?"
I'm saying that the Rockets roster on opening day of this season is going to be better than the Rockets of the previous season. They won 48 games.
I just hope they get rid of James.
So I'm saying understand the Lou Will if he comes to the Rockets, it would be for PJ Tucker, not for one of the other guys, unless they decide to lump some other stuff together. So that means it would be Lou Williams, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. Then Wood would slide into the 4 spot, and DeMarcus Cousins would be the 5, or vice versa. Instead of PJ Tucker right now, the projected starting 4 for the Rockets alongside Boogie Cousins. So that's what I'm saying. Not saying no, hell no, he's not better than James Harden or Russell Westbrook. No, absolutely not. But him is addition. And that means now, so at some point, you're going to trade one or both of those guys. So what it does is it puts you in a position that you can get some things, and not necessarily nothing that can help you today. That's an equal, like you're saying, that equal 5-star player for the 5-star player. It's not nobody's going to give the Rockets that for head up for James Harden. They are not going to get it. Not right now. Not in this scope of free agency. They're not going to get it. So what you do is you try now. If you get this little wheel, you got now that makes the backcourt. You got some more reinforcement now. So now that's all. Once again, the Rockets team is going to be better than the year before. They won 48 games. They were teetering for a fifth. They were what, 6th seed, something like that. Fighting for a 4th seed. Only a game and a half separated like 4 slots. So once again, the direction that they are moving in, promptly, swiftly, the Rockets. A lot of teams are stagnant right now, sitting still. Think about how the Clippers are feeling right now. LeBron James busted up 1, possibly 2 teams just last month. Busted them up. The Clippers, the Rockets. The Rockets, when I say busted them up, they lost the GM, they lost the head coach.
Or the Denver Nuggets?
Huh?
The Denver Nuggets broke up this other team. The Denver Nuggets
No.
broke up.
No.
What did LeBron James?
The Rockets lost to the Lakers, Haddle.
The Clippers lost to who?
Yeah. No. I say the Clippers. You're absolutely correct. The Clippers
man, we
lost
got
to
a
the
guest. We
Nuggets,
got the
but
guest in the green room, man. Hold up.
The success Nuggets had. I said it before. If the Nuggets could have beat the Lakers, then misery loves company. Then the Clippers would probably have stayed intact. The Lakers having the success and them having to drive around town, seeing all of the ridicule from the preseason hype that was put on the clock.
You know, I guess it's
That they lost. They got gutted. The
Jimmy,
Clippers did.
Our guest is in the green room. I'm just letting you know because you ain't heard me.
Got gutted. The Denver Nuggets lost to the Lakers. They saw they lost Grant. The Nuggets lost Grant. Grant was a hell of a piece to that team. He's replaceable.
They got
But
Mike,
boy,
but the Michael Porter guy gonna take them minutes.
Yeah, he's replaceable. Michael Porter, he's replaced, but now they need somebody to replace that Michael Porter role, which I say it can happen.
But you was talking about the marquee bars. The Clippers went and gave the other brothers $60 million. And his other brother playing for the Lakers for the minimum.
I just said it yesterday. I said he gave up all the money. They were offering him a bag to come over to change locker rooms. I said it yesterday. That's what you probably didn't get that yesterday.
I got it, but I still don't agree with it. I don't talk about what you got. I got it. But let's bring Mike in, man. We got to bring Mike in.
Some guys not down with certain things. And guess what? He down with it right now. He taking a gamble on himself, saying one more year, I can go get his bag.
Okay.
But I'm liking one thing. Okay. I know one thing. We got a 6-time All-Star that just signed with them Rockets. And that's looking good on that roster. And that is Boogie Cousins. 6-time All-Star. Averaged 28 a game, 11 rebounds a game. He was at Sacramento. That Boogie Cousin was a fixture.
Now again, y'all gonna blame, but he'll be gone. But again, you'll blame James again. James, I gave you another All-Star. He's a 6. James, I gave you a 6.
You doggone right.
A man can't even walk, can't even jump over a paper bag. But Jimmy, let's bring in Mike in. We got a guest. He's waiting. Let's go. Bring the guest
in. And we can beam him on in right now.
Yeah.
We got what you guys we told you on yesterday that we had
6 ounces of 54.
You're on the screen now, Mike. What's up, Mike?
We told you guys on yesterday we have the guy we call Ice and Mike joining us.
Okay.
And
I hit you.
Mike is the founder of the concierge service that if you guys out there during these holidays, you're probably going to eat more than your fair share of grub, of vittles out there. Somebody going to sit down, going to raise to get up. Old back going to give out because you done ate so much. Some people gonna sit there and they're gonna get out there and you play with kinfolk on this holiday weekend. Throw out your hamstring, sprain your knee or your ankle. You can't get no doctor's appointment on the weekend, on this holiday weekend. You're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay like you weigh. But guess what? We have a guy right here that he can connect you with the doctor. You don't have to even call and search around. Your insurance company is gonna go straight to voicemail over these holidays. You can call Icy Mike. Mike, tell him what you can do for a person that needs to see a doctor during these holidays.
How you fellas doing today, man?
We're doing absolutely marvelous, Michael. I know you heard that. We're absolutely marvelous. Just a normal day at the chop shop. So you're going to get chopped up in a minute. But no, just keep on.
It's great all the time for me, man. I love it. I love it.
So what you got?
We are concierge scheduling. And what we're able to do is schedule you with specialists ASAP. In other words, the same day, next day, or when the patient is able to go see the doctor. So if you call us, we are able to reach out to our specialists, also primary care doctors that we have if you don't have a family practice doctor. So we're able to reach out to our individual doctors that we work with by telephone or by text or by email, and able to schedule you before anybody else can. At least that's our motto. And we try to stand by our word to do that. So if someone gets hurt and you reach out to us and call us at 713-979-0334, also can text to that number. So if you can't talk, just text us. And we have a team that will answer that call or that text message. And then we go to work.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I got that
awesome.
number going across there. So Jimmy, what you got for?
And so once again, to break this down, if a person needs a doctor, they call this number at the bottom of the screen. That number is not the doctor's office. That number is to whom?
That number comes directly to our team. In other words, when someone calls that number or texts that number, I can see that on my cell phone. So anywhere I'm at the grocery store, wherever I'm at, I can see what's going on with that call. And if one of us doesn't get that call, one of us gonna get that call. So that's what's so great about that number is that all of us get a chance to see what's going on with that patient. And normally one of us reach out to that patient ASAP.
And so does it require, in order to get connected with a doctor, or no?
I missed what you said about require. It broke up.
Does it require insurance to get connected to a physician?
So no. So this is what's good. A lot of the doctors we work with, we already put in base in for cash pay and insurance. So if you have insurance, we will connect you with the right doctor that is a carrier for your insurance. Now, if you don't have insurance, we would connect you with the right doctor that accepts cash payments that is affordable for anyone that's calling in. Every doctor has a different price on cash pay for an appointment. So our spine doctor might have, we got a couple of spine doctors. So our neuro spine might be a little bit more expensive than our orthopedic spine or vice versa. But we know that offhand. If a patient say, well, hey, I'm paying cash, and how much it's going to be. So we have a list of what our doctors take as cash pay. I'll give you an example. The other day, a friend of mine called me, and he's having lower back pain. He said, Mike, I can't sleep at night and all that good stuff. I said, okay, what you need? He said, I need to go to a back specialist. I said, okay, you got insurance or you cash? He said, no, I'm paying cash for everything. I said, okay, perfect. Hang up the phone. First of all, he gonna need an order for MRI. So that's my first call. I'm calling my team. Hey, I need an MRI, cash paying. Okay, Mike, this is what the cost is gonna be for that MRI. Good. Sign him up, booked in for the appointment. My next call is to the doctor. I got a friend of mine as a patient. I need to get him in to see you lower back pain. First thing he say, he needs an MRI. Already got that covered, right? Okay, Mike, I can see him the next day. That's it. So he signed up the next day. He went to the doctor. Now he got a CD because I already signed him up for the MRI. He even got a CD done with his MRI. Now he takes that to the spine doctor. He pays at the spine doctor the cash pay, and he's seeing a specialist. Now with insurance, so some people got different types of insurance. You got PPO, you got an HMO. PPO, you can go to a specialist without getting a referral. You can just go. HMO, your primary care doctor got to get referred to that specialist. In other words, they got to agree, okay that for you to go see that specialist. So sometimes we got to work this one. Because sometimes it's good with insurance. Sometimes if you're trying to get in right away, it might be better for you to just pay cash to go see that doctor ASAP. So that's what we try to work out the best scenarios for you. And then also on the insurance base wise, your deductible might be $500. So it might be easier for you to just pay cash to go see that doctor. We work with all the different types of scenarios to try to help people out because that's what we do, and try to make it accommodating for everybody because everybody, some people think that, and this is a stigma, but some people think that certain people don't have insurance, but for the most part, everybody got insurance, and some people make too much money as their own business owner to be able to provide to pay for insurance. Insurance is ridiculously high. You're talking about sometimes $1,000, $1,200 to $1,600 a month. And if you a small business owner, that's a lot of money you're paying out for insurance. So sometimes it's better just to pay cash and maybe you got plans to where you can get just pay for hospital. So if you got to go to the hospital, you can use this for if you have an emergency and go into the hospital, you can use this plan. But we try to help and help everybody.
Mike, I want to add something. A great question right here from Trey Phillips. He said, "Is there a fee for your service?"
No fee.
Okay.
Absolutely not. There's no fee. All we want you to do is call. Mm-hmm. Our fee is the gratitude and able to help people is our fee. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, my joy in doing this is helping people get to the doctor, be seen that otherwise wouldn't have went. So even if you get a chance to save somebody's life by getting them to the doctor, that's big. That's huge to me. And that's my enjoyment of doing this.
But Mike, but for a business to be able to work, it's got to be some. And you just saying you don't charge the person, but it's a business, so some money got to be made somewhere because it wouldn't be a business.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Well, we have different contracts and all of this stuff.
I got you.
It's kickback to the patient.
Right. Right.
This is our job. This is what we do. So this, it's not a fee that we charge the patient.
Gotcha. That's what I want to make. And Mike, what's so unique about this, Mike? Is this normal in the industry? Or this something that you just said? What made you say, "Hey, man, I found my niche"? I mean, because I hear the doctors are raving about you, because I know some of those doctors. So, and I'm sitting here saying, what made you, because this ain't what you start out doing. You were doing something else. But what made you say, man, this is a viable situation where I can help myself and I can help the people that I love and help the people around me? What was your purpose? What was your vision? I mean, talk to us, man. Tell us about it.
Well, the purpose was, and you hit it right on the head, Hatter, is being able to help people. So in our sports medicine venture, doing that, we was able to help people, but we decided that we need to expand our services because there was other people calling us, asking us for help in other areas of medicine. So we was able to expand our business in where our services can help other people than just besides orthopedics. So this is why we decided to go this way. And then for myself, when I get someone to the doctor and they call me and say, hey, Mr. Smith, man, I ain't never had no experience like that. I appreciate you for getting me into the doctor. Everything went well. That is a feeling that comes upon my body that it's just like winning a championship. You know what I'm saying? And that's happened every day. So every day I'm having this feeling. I just give you an example. This morning, I talked to a young lady. She called me yesterday and I had her, she was crying and stressed out, not able to get in to get an imaging done. She needed imaging done for breast imaging. She don't know what's going on with her, but she in pain. So I told her, she's crying, literally crying to me on the phone last night. I'm like, man, So I'm talking to her and I got her to calm down. And I said, look, in the morning, I'm personally going to the imaging and I'm going to get you scheduled so we can see what's going on with you. And then we go from there. So that's why I couldn't check in with you today at 11 o'clock because I had to go and go to work for her this morning to make sure we get her taken care of. Oh. That's why I told you about 11:30.
Right.
You had to go do that, right? Mm-hmm. So went and found out what all the issues was and got her straight. And I called her when I left the hospital and I said, hey, I find out what's going on. I know I'm up on it right now, and we're gonna have you taken care of by the end of the day. And she said, Mr. Smith, thank you so much. She said, you know why? Because you kept your word. And at the end of the day, that's all you got. If you ain't got nothing else in your pockets or whatever, you got your word at the end of the day. And if I can't stand behind my word, then, there's a problem. And same thing I tell my boys that, you got to stand behind your word. And you tell people what you can do and what you can't do. So we try to do what we can do. And if someone called me and I can't do that, I'm going to be upfront and say, I can't do that. But for the most part, about 99% of the time since we've been in business and doing this, we've been able to help people and get them going and get them back to good health. And that's our motto, is to help people at the end of the day.
I like that.
That's the concierge. Give them that contact information again so that the viewers can jot that down and be able to contact you. And some of them going to call your bluff. It's not necessarily saying it's a bluff. They're going to call you and they're going to see if you really can do what you just said you can do. And so now, don't you give them the wrong number either. Give them the number or again for them to call.
Oh, I hope they call me. It's 713-979-0334. I hope they call me because sometimes I like to take on challenges, and some of these issues be challenging, but we work as a team. It's about 4 or 5 of us. We work together as a team, and we sit down and we go over each and every one of our patients that called in or one of the doctor's offices. Because see, now I'm going to tell you too. So doctor offices send referrals to us. So primary care doctor would send a referral to schedule at a specialist. Why? Why they do that? Because they pick up the phone and call. It's going to be maybe 2 weeks or a month before they can get their patient in to see this specialist. So they send referrals to us because we got the relationship with the specialist to be able to get you in sooner than later.
Mike, I got something for you, Mike. That Crystal Wicks, she ain't something. I love her though. I love her to death. Get what she said. Y'all handle breast reductions. Do y'all handle?
Do.
Huh?
We do.
What?
We do. Yes, sir.
No.
We have a. Well,
why would a woman want a breast reduction? I know some woman's trying to get him alive. Can't they just get him some of the other girls? Mike.
Well, the problem a lot of times is it hurts their back.
Oh, I thought they were rather nice looking, but it hurt their back. Yeah. Just like some red bottoms hurt their feet and they wear them. So okay. All right, keep going. Okay.
Absolutely. We have a plastic surgeon that works with our breast tumor board, which is another service that we have. And the reason why that we have him, because he do reconstruction after they have breast cancer and all that stuff. So he does, and his name is Dr. Weejay. He's one of the top plastic surgeons here in Houston. You can go to his Instagram and look him up. It's Weejay, W-I-J-A-Y. And he works with us. We work closely with him, and he does breast. He does everything. Whatever you want, he can do it. And
y'all done messed me up today, Crystal. Y'all done blew me away today. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy, Icy Mike can take away those big ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I got him on speed dial. All I got to do is call him. And guess what? As soon as I call him and say, hey, I got this patient, you know what he do? He get right on the phone and he call. He call it. I seen him do it in action.
So now what's that doctor name that does that again?
Weejay. You know I know his name.
W-I-J-A-Y.
So now look here.
Mandy Weejay. Yeah.
If you had somebody out there, do you got a doctor on your speed dial? What about the ladies out there that want some boom, boom, boom in the zoom, zoom?
He does all that. He does all that.
Remember Teddy Riley, what he said in that song, Rump Shaker?
Yeah,
he wants some boom, boom, boom in the zoom.
You know what, man? Hey, ladies, don't do that, ladies. Ladies, don't do that one. I don't mind you messing up here. Don't be messing with down there. That don't feel right when somebody trying. That don't feel right. I don't want to feel like I'm hitting on a dolphin or I'm hitting on an eel or something. Come on, women. Y'all leave them booties alone. Leave those what you call gluteus maximus alone. Leave them glutes alone.
They can have the maximus. Just leave me the gluteus. I'm good. That's what we do with that. So.
Oh my! Derek Johnson gonna ask me how I know, cause I didn't hit a couple of them before a long time ago. It was a long time ago. Not now. Long time ago. Mike, hey, you know what? It take Crystal to take us there, and but I'm glad she and Tammy to my heart hit it again. Boy, hey Jimmy, this boom boom room. They something else. Mike.
Hey, she asked a question that all the other women was probably wanted to ask, so she was brave enough to ask.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Crystal. Yeah. Thank you.
And of course, this is Ice and Mike, guys, in the concierge of Houston. This is a new service that he's providing in the greater Houston area, basically connecting the patient directly to the physician without the stress of going directly primarily through your insurance. Of course, your insurance can be used, but you don't have to. And once again, we answered the question earlier. He's not shaking you guys down for his service.
No.
It kind of reminds me of with the RCS Sports and helping so many parents throughout the years get with their with their recruitment and their recruiting quest to land in colleges. I was getting paid by the colleges, regardless if your son go to their college or not. They have me on retainer. And that's kind of like how it worked with RCS Sports. So that's why sometimes when certain parents, they say, well, man, he's not helping my kid. Well, hold on. That's not my obligation. It's in my heart to help you, but it's not if you come seek help, but it's not my job. I'm not obligated to be I'm not on your payroll. The coaches pay me. And I'm gonna help you save a lot of stress, a lot of time, just like Mike, Ice and Mike gonna help you guys save a lot of money.
Mike, hold on, Mike. Ricky Scott said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Go on, ask the question about the blue pill doctor. Do you have a doctor that give you some blue steel? Do you have a doctor like that? I mean, hey, you're asking for the women, so you might as well ask for the men. What's good for the goose, good for the gander. Mike? Icy Mike?
No,
do you have a urologist? A urologist?
That's a great question. And I'm gonna say I have to look into that because I haven't checked into that yet.
Okay.
I haven't had nobody pose that question.
Okay, this boom boom room is something else, man.
With you on that.
It's boom.
Well, one of Ice and Mike, you remember one of your nicknames is Shaq. Back in the old days, Shaq had a tennis shoe that they used to have a pump that go in.
Yeah, right.
You got one of them doctors that I heard nowadays, the doctors now then took that tennis shoe pump and they give it to the fellas now. That's what they tell me.
Man, get out of here, man.
One of those doctors that pump it up.
They ain't got no stuff like that.
Shit, me. Yeah, they do too.
Hey,
Tell them, Ice, don't they got the pump out there?
I heard of that, but I haven't seen it.
See, they got a pump.
They got a pump.
Front, back, side to side. That's what your ass can go up in that thing. You win with that pump. I need to check on that pump. Ice Mike, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, I'm done with y'all, man. Y'all ain't gonna have my pastor looking on this show and he's saying, why you on here with them guys?
Right.
This crazy. Hold up. Somebody else said something. No. Madonna asked a great question. Madonna said, do you have any dermatologists, skin doctors?
Now, that's another great question because I just had a primary care doctor ask me the other day, did we have a dermatology doctor? And we do not, but that is where in the works right now. We are working on putting one of those doctors on our team. We do not have one. And I hate to say that. It just burns me up because I just had that question last week. And Give me to the first of the year or after Thanksgiving, and we can revisit. I'll be back.
Jimmy, Tammy just said something, Timmy. Tammy said it was a doctor was in the news. No, excuse me. I'm sorry. A judge was on the bench while y'all out there, because you know you like to go to court a lot, Jimmy. While you out there on the witness stand, he up under there pumping that thing up. Who is he pumping it for? He saw a cute lawyer. Who is the? He finna go into the chamber. What the hell he pumping for?
Hey, they need to name that one the D Brown.
Why?
Yeah, remember D Brown? Yeah.
Remember D Brown pumped that thing up.
Yeah,
Boy, he went and dunked that ball.
No. I'm talking about who is he? He in the courtroom, right? He must see something he want to pump up for and gonna bring him back into the chambers. I'm just saying. So he up under that thing, pumping something up, and he gonna go back in the chambers. Jimmy, you the one said, Jimmy, how long does it take? How long is the wait for the pump?
I don't know.
Oh, you didn't do the whole. You know what? You a half researcher. You don't do the whole research. You.
So what we do is, of course, guys, that's Ice and Mike with the concierge, 713-979-0334. And once again, can they follow you on social media? Do you have a website as well? We know it's screaming across the screen, but not everybody's watching. Some people are listening to us while they're doing their work. Give us some closing words on why they should come and take advantage of your complimentary service to the community right now, the concierge.
Well, two things, Hatter. You said it. It don't cost you to go to the doctor. And it don't. And the second thing is it's concierge. So we following you all the way through the process. We're not just gonna put you out there and just let you go. You know, we're gonna make sure you get to the doctor. We're gonna make sure you go see the next doctor. Wherever what happens, we're gonna be there for you. We're just not gonna turn you loose and just put you out there. That's why it's called concierge. We're here to help everybody and help them through the process because we know. Just say you got diagnosed with cancer. That's a hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you need people to talk to. You need people to guide you, tell you where you need to go, who you need to see. You need that, and you need someone that speaks your language. You know, the doctor gonna speak a type of language that you halfway ain't gonna understand what the heck he or she are saying half of the time. Let somebody sit down with you and just break it down to you. You know, so that's why we here. That's our plan to continue to expand our services, and we just starting. It's just 2021. We're gonna look for bigger and better things, and we're gonna keep it pushing. Just try to help people. And Jimmy, I'll be out at your event tomorrow. So if anybody want to come out and say hello, I know we can't shake hands, but we can dab and keep it moving. And so I'll be out there tomorrow all day.
Well, that's a good thing, guys, and we definitely appreciate it, man. That's Ice and Mike, man. Thanks so much for chopping up with us and informing us. I got you on speed dial. You open my phone. You guys make sure you lock that number in. Put it in your phones as well. 713-979-0334 is the number. Lock it in. You never know. Save it up under Ice and Mike and with the concierge. I'm telling you now, or put doctor in there, whatever. Ice and Mike, Dr. Ice and Mike. That way you can type it in and search it. Keep him in your phone, your cell, your address book. Anyway, thanks a bunch, Mike. We gotta go. We go to the quick break. Come right. Thanks a bunch. We come right back, guys. And what we'll do is on this Tuesday, we'll open up the phone lines as promised to you guys. Yeah. As we get ready to call on in. We'll put that number on the screen. We come right back. We're going to talk some more sports and, of course, take your questions. We have a live mailbag, and I'll give you guys a chance to get some stuff off your chest on the Chop Shop. Be right back.
Fuck you and throw the middle finger to a kid?
After he tried to hit me for the third time,
what type of try to hit you? To an 8-year-old kid? You're defending yourself to an 8-year-old kid? Are you serious?
After he tried to hit me for the third time,
8-year-old kid. You want to curse an 8-year-old kid out? If he was a white kid, would you do that?
Yes,
would you have said that to a little white kid?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Where do you get this? Where do kids get this barbaric information from that you can come in my community and talk to our kids like that? Right? Because he's riding a motorcycle, a toy. He's riding a toy in your community, right? Where do they ride bikes at?
On the street.
Okay, but guess what? This is our community. This is their playground. You understand? This is their playground.
Community, and that's rude.
Excuse me?
You're implying that I'm not a part of.
Yeah, y'all came in here on the gentrification. This is where we born and raised all our life. This is our backyard. We don't have backyard.
Your neighborhood. I started spending money in your community. I started supporting your community. I am sorry that
what do money have to do with character? What do money have to do with character? That's an 8-year-old kid. If his mother was here, y'all would be fighting. And you threatening her child.
Your son incredibly poor character right now that he threatened a woman 3 times.
How? How did he threaten you?
Do you think that a child can't get hurt on that bike or
how did he threaten you? How did he threaten you though?
By going next to me on the sidewalk at a fast speed without any disregard for what
he deliberately did that. He deliberately did that.
3 times.
How? How?
As I just said, tearing around the block without looking what he's doing, without seeing how fast people are walking next to him, without seeing how close they are.
You know what's sad? In a different day and time, things would be different. That's what. Fuck.
My name is Laura Jane Jones, and I am so excited to be joining the staff at Future Stars of Houston Academy in the vocal department. I wanted to do this intro video to let you know a little bit about me, my experience, as well as my training and my philosophy on vocal coaching. So, first and foremost, I have been in the music business for 30 years. I have performed and traveled in 90 different countries. I have performed on the biggest arenas, stadiums, theaters in the world, not just once, multiple times. I have recorded or toured or performed with the likes of Enrique Iglesias, Joe Cocker, Aerosmith, Kelly Clarkson, Leah Michele, Tina Marie, the Black Eyed Peas, Billy Ray Cyrus, BB Winans, Peebo Bryson, Vintage Trouble, and Miles Mosley, just to name a few. I've also...
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the #1 urban sports talk show in the country. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world. And Jimmy, we got stuff going on in Houston right now. I see Eric Raspberry. He just gave us an update on his game, his son's game. He said Cy Ranch in Stratford, 26 to this 13 at the half. Ugly game, like watching a little dribble game. All the turnovers. And Stratford played that Princeton slowdown offense. So, okay. Yeah, you got to watch those type of teams. But Jimmy, it's some on tomorrow, you got it's a lot of stuff going on. It's stuff going on today too. So I mean, if it's stuff today going on that don't have to do with you, you don't have to announce it. But what else going on today? Because
well, today we got, of course, always an opportunity to get some breaking news on the Chop Shop when you guys tune in. And so last night I went and checked out the Yates and Madison rivalry over at Butler Fieldhouse. Yates won the game 101-78. Now, of course, yesterday we showed you guys on rcssports.com, which a full recap of that game is posted in the VIP news. We posted early this morning, a detailed quarter by quarter recap, unlike nothing that you would be able to get and read anywhere else for high school basketball. I'm telling you. And the reason I say this good thing about our recaps is they don't just mention the top kids. Our recaps will mention everybody from a kid that might score, somebody in the course of the flow of a game at various moments. So that's a good thing about it. If you hadn't been over to the VIP news, this is a fine day to go and catch up on a lot of the updates. We have updates from yesterday's game down in Southeast Texas with Nederland, Everton. Doug Jones was on location at that game. He's also on location right now, a big showdown taking place at Elkins High School between Elkins and Cy Creek. That's where Doug Jones is. Jeffrey Day is over in Baytown checking out Summer Creek and Goose Creek Memorial. Those games are in progress right now. Now, right on cue, Ricky Scott asked, how did little man at Yates do?
Oh, hold on a second. Go on, Jim.
Well, little man you're referring to is Johnny Carswell. And in the recap, Johnny Carswell actually opened up the game with a three-pointer.
Oh, he did?
The jump ball. Got the jump ball, first possession. Everybody got in their spots. Johnny Carswell come, launch one from top of the key. The guy had sagged off of him, nothing but net. And it's like funny because those fans from Yates, and I say he's that one kid that will ignite the crowd, which they had a pretty good crowd of Yates fans there. Madison was represented good, but Yates was deep. And every time Johnny let that ball go,
what they say? Woo, woo.
And if it goes, that one happened to go right in. That set the tone. And of course, Madison they had 7 lead changes in the first quarter of that game alone. And eventually,
Jimmy, usually when you hit that first shot, Jimmy, you be rolling, man.
Yeah.
But,
When you hit that first, you would
Yeah.
think Johnny Carswell last night, he only finished with 5 points.
Somebody called and told me last night. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all are cruel. Jimmy, they be texting me and telling me what Johnny had. Yeah, there's some cruel people out here, but keep going. I love Johnny.
I mean, understand something. I think it's a good thing that early on we know what he can do for the Yates program.
Mm-hmm.
However, we were talking about him shooting and hitting shots. He's the smartest man on the court. He's gonna have to improve his handles. He's gonna have to. Otherwise, he will find himself thing like Yates. He will find himself sitting on that bench.
Oh yeah, if he can't,
he's gonna have to be able to take care of that ball. Now, one thing about Yates, they ain't got no problem with you turning it over. They got a problem with you turning it over and giving an uncontested layup. Not necessarily as your fault, but a team turning your turnover into an automatic basket. That's the problem that any coach would have. Yates,
is that what you're trying to tell me that Johnny was doing?
Well, Johnny just had his struggles offensively, dribbling the ball. Okay. Let's just put it like that.
Stacy asks, what grade is he in? What grade Johnny in? 10?
He's in 11th grade now.
Oh, 11th grade. Okay. All right.
He's in 11th grade. And so right now, it's not like you're a cute puppy, you're in the 9th grade anymore.
Right.
Right now, you're expected to produce.
You're right. I got you.
You know why? Because you came out in the opening game against Crosby and gave everybody 30. You came back the second game, only scored like 6. Mm-hmm. Now you scored 5. So that means that now it starts to level off, and it can be frustrating because I'm quite sure he would have much rather to score 5 the first game, 6 the second game, and 30 the third game. But it's going the other way around. But the main thing is your team has won all 3 games. So if you're a little Johnny Carswell, you have to understand, you have to find the way to play a smarter brand of basketball. The shortest guy on the floor is normally the smartest guy on the floor. I said it's like that in baseball as well. The shortest guy is normally the smartest guy. So,
I wish I knew that, Jimmy. I'd have worked out with him this summer. You know I don't work out with too many players. But little Johnny, you want some dribbling lessons? Boy, hey, I got him. I got him, Jimmy. I got Johnny.
Well, I mean, and you know what? And this is the thing that I watched him last night, and I was actually evaluating him. A lot of things sometimes, this is his first time
varsity.
On varsity with the Yates team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he didn't play last year on varsity.
He didn't play last year on varsity.
No.
And so a lot of times when you're doing certain moves, those could be freshman moves, meaning that move can work on a freshman.
Yeah.
That move can work on a JV guy.
I got you.
But on varsity, the players are normally a step faster.
Yeah.
And a lot of things you kind of you're trying to split a trap and you're going to try to throw the ball in between them. If your body is stronger than you can absorb that contact, then you can. But little Johnny weighs about $130, and he's not going to bump guys. He's going to take all contact in a negative fashion. But anyway, the guy of the night was Chooks Isatua.
Chooks
again. I charted that game, and so you guys will know when I go to these games. Let me grab.
Hey,
I go to these games,
let me help Todd right quick.
Me.
Todd, Money Mike is still in junior high. Money Mike's still in junior high. He's still, I think he's in the 7th, 8th grade. So he ain't ready yet. You see him next couple of years. Keep going, Jim.
So what I have right here is a shot chart. So when you guys see me in the middle is a lot of my notes. I understand these notes in shorthand, but this is a shot chart that I use when I'm at the games. Sometimes I keep stats, like I kept the rebounds and blocks on this little square rectangle up here for Chooks. Mm-hmm. So while I'm working, I can tell, and sometimes I go down to the scorebook, and it's very, every now and then you can miss a bucket, or you not necessarily miss a bucket, but you might didn't see if number 5 hit that bucket or number 25 hit it. So I go down to the scores book. But when I do this right here, or if I go to the scores book to get a picture of the roster so I can put names with these numbers that I have on the shot chart. This is what I'm doing. So when my thing is, I tell you guys to pay attention. Ask some of those other guys that are in the profession of myself what the hell they're doing when they go to the game.
Jimmy,
This is what I'm
everybody ain't
doing.
like you.
You understand?
Jimmy,
These sheets got RCS Sports on them.
Hey, Jimmy, I got something for you, Jimmy. Jimmy, I got something. Hold up, I found it, Jimmy. I was trying to find it. Cause when you're little, Johnny, and just what Jimmy was talking about when you're little and you're a freshman and when you're young and you go to college, I think it might open up, Jimmy. I don't know. Let's see.
Up top, keeping that ball, crossing over right to left. The penetration will come inside. Oh, what a shot! Harlem Globetrot-esque. Hatter thought he was going to lose it, Eric.
Hey, Lil Johnny, tell Lil Johnny, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do, Lil Johnny. Huh?
That was making the brother. Lil Johnny got to break. That wasn't no press. Lil Johnny got to break that press, man.
They be pressing,
guys,
Johnny.
when you say the word press, for a lot of females out there that are watching, we never paid attention. Press is slang for the word pressure.
Yes. No,
Jimmy. So when people say they're pressing, well, that means they're pressuring. So when they got a full court press, they're full court pressuring. That's so press. You have to be able to handle the pressure. And that's the thing. Some guys, he's going to be all right as long as the team keep winning. And but I mentioned, Chooks, it's a tour. He had 21 points, 24 rebounds, 5 block shots, and a W. They only played 3 games. In 2 of the 3 games this season, this young man has produced 20 and 20 in 2 of the 3 games. And guess what? And he still has a high ceiling, a long way to go. He's just basically doing what he's supposed to do against players who are 4 inches shorter than him.
Yeah, because sometimes big guys don't do that. I like that. Some guys, big guys don't do that. I like Jimmy. What you know what? And I don't want to change the subject, but you just make me think about big guys. I haven't heard nothing from Josh Farmer. What is Farmer doing now?
Well, Josh Farmer be in action tomorrow at the Hoops Giving Classic.
Okay.
And speaking of the Hoops Giving Classic, we got breaking news on that event to share with you guys. And like I said, I'm gonna share this with you guys because once again, I can speak on it. And there's so many. I understand, guys, because I've had several people explain to me. There are certain people around the city. A lot of people just don't want to hurt people feeling. And it's kind of the same thing where certain people around your circle and their breaths might be stinking, but you just won't tell them their breath stinking. You just walk back or get out of range, but that's your guy, but you won't let him know. You hand him a piece of gum, you get a piece of gum. Sometimes people can get that signal, sometimes not. But in this situation, Yates High School this morning has a member of their basketball team that has tested for that package. So he has that COVID. Yates High School is now shut down for a week, the basketball program. They won't be able to play for at least a week. So this means Yates High School was scheduled to play 10 o'clock in the morning against Westbury Christian. That game would not take place with Yates. That's cool. One thing about myself is that relationships, and this is how relationships go. I had 2 schools that called me early this morning. I have schools call me all the time looking for games during this pandemic because so many teams have dropped and added on their schedule. So we replaced Yates with Stafford, the team that went, another team that was going to the state tournament this past season. So we one team that was going to state, that's a state champion, because that's what all of the teams that went to the UIL state tournament has the luxury of declaring themselves state champions. So Yates was a state champion. Stafford was a state champion. Stafford will play against Westbury Christian 10 o'clock in the morning in the Metro Gym on the campus of Houston Christian. Also, Sharpstown will play Goose Creek Memorial at 11:30 in the McNair Gymnasium. Remember, it's 2 different gyms, 2 different names, 2 different entrances. You can't go from one gym to the next gym You have to go all the way out to go into and from one to the other. McNair Gym and the Metro Gym. Once again, the games are 2.5 hours apart on each gymnasium. Westbury Christian and Stafford, that's at 10 o'clock. At 12:30 is Concordia Lutheran and Premier Academy on that court, in that gym. And at 3 o'clock, Houston Christian and Woodlands Christian that caps off the trifecta in the Metro Gym. In the McNair Gym, you got Sharpstown and Goose Creek Memorial. You got St. Pius and St. John's at 2 o'clock. And at 4:30, Legacy, the School of Sports Science, will play against Fort Worth O.D. Wyatt. O.D. Wyatt is going to play DeSoto, I think, today in Dallas, and then come down for that game tomorrow. So we'll see what they then. Also, Goose Creek Memorial is playing Summer Creek as we speak right now. And
I got a question, Jimmy. Have you got some more teams on standby in case something happened overnight?
Yeah. I got another team on standby.
So do stuff like this make you say, man, maybe I just shouldn't have did it this year? When you keep having these things?
No. And that was the thing. The thing is, I said it before, I would let the event cancel itself, meaning that if enough teams pulled out and they couldn't play, then it cancels itself, because everybody, the situation and the pandemic has affected different programs at different times in different manners. So there's enough people that are playing that want to play, and these parents showed us before high school season that this pandemic wasn't going to stop them. They were getting them gyms, they were playing. Did you see some of these grassroots events? They caked up in those events during the summer. So we saw it. So that certainly wasn't going to stop a lot of these people from wanting to play. But at the same time, understand something. I purposely under advertised the Hoops Giving Classic this year on purpose. You can never in my 19-year history of doing events, I've never did an event, and the day before the event, you can't even find the schedule to my event unless you go digging into the VIP news. So they let you know that I was trying on purpose to not have an uncontrollable crowd or atmosphere. That's my way of keeping it, making sure that it's going to be comfortable, because a lot of people didn't know that the game's going on. And a lot of the Yates fans didn't know until last night at the game. Now, of course, this morning, the tables have turned because of the unfortunate situation. You just tune in. There's one member of the program. Now, this member of the program did not play last night. Let me clarify that. He had not been to school, from what I understand, since last Thursday. This morning, he just got his test results back. Allegedly. So this is the thing. So that means, guess what? All the Yates players, I don't know what the protocol is in their program, but this is what's going on. Even if you're with Madison now, that doesn't mean that, you played Madison last night. I don't know, but this young man was not on the bench last night. He was not suited up last night. He had not been to school since last Thursday. And of course, Yates has been replaced by Stafford. And Stafford, the Spartans, of course, they went to state last year and are one of the favorites, probably the favorite to come out of. They go to Region 4, not the same region as Yates. That's why Houston was able to put two teams in the 4A classification at the state tournament. So that's how we're looking. And yeah, Mr. Katie says Heights has shut down. The head basketball coach got the COVID. Well, I don't know who got it, but I know the Heights had canceled their games last week. And
did we ever find out? What's up, Corey Henderson? What's going to go on with Baylor? Did we find out today?
Baylor pulled out of the event.
Okay.
They didn't even go.
Okay.
So they were getting so many questions and feedback. You know how this stuff go. So Baylor just decided it was just best, and we're not even go. We're just going to play it safe. So Baylor has pulled out of the Empire Classic, which Arizona State pulled out of concerns of playing against Baylor because the Baylor's head coach, Scott Drew, tested positive for the package the other day. So Jerome Tang in his debut, I sure was looking forward to seeing Tang wear that towel in honor of John Thompson Jr. over his right shoulder, but that will not take place at least this weekend in Connecticut at that particular event. I'm hearing some rumblings about what's going on in Dallas, guys. DFW, check in with me. Anybody, any cancellations or games or teams that are shutting it down already? You guys let us know. And
while they doing that, Jimmy, Brandon Ingram joins Ben Simmons and Jamal Murray as the third member of the 2016 draft to get the max extension. And also, Jimmy, did you see what
he earned it?
Did you see what Kelly Oubre said?
Whatever he said, I ain't surprised. Unless he said unless he claimed unless he quoted a scripture.
No, he said he's thrilled to play with new owner Joe Lacob, who actually cares about the organization. He was talking about I think Sarver. What's his name? Jim Sarver. What's Sarver's name? Robert Sarver. Yeah. Oh, he the worst. He the worst owner in the league. The worst owner in the league.
So if he the worst owner in the league, then how the hell do people think that Phoenix is gonna be able to muster 48 wins?
Who said they were gonna muster 48 wins?
Well, earlier there was a conversation.
Now in his defense, he got James Jones and Monty Williams. Then he just got Chris Paul. But we talking about the owner ain't worth 48 flies. Don't nobody like him. Robert Sarver. Nobody like him. Yeah. I'm just sharing that with but he came out and said it. I said, wow.
But guys, make sure if you hadn't done so today, share the show. Take out the time right now. Let's share the show to your timelines and to your friends real quick if you had not done so.
Yes.
And also, I was thinking earlier, because I think we had the conversation, and I think, and Alda, you mentioned that Booker might lead the league in scoring. And I'm thinking in my mind, in the last 10 years, it ain't been but one guy that's led the league in scoring in the past 10 seasons, maybe even the past 15 seasons, that's led the league in scoring and did not make the playoffs. Most of the top scorers in the league make the playoffs in this NBA. That stuff used to fly way back in the trap. But nowadays, you know why? Because when you're in last place or next to last and you leading score, they shutting your ass down. They trying to get a ball. So that's the thing, the difference as now and before. So if Devin Booker, he's going to have a chance because Chris Paul going to set him up. But I think Russell Westbrook might have been the last person to do that.
I'm just telling you.
I think maybe the first year without KD.
With this kid's confidence right now, coach, they already know can't nobody guard it. They put everybody on it. And then you got the little wizard. If the little wizard don't pull up lame now, if little wizard, little State Farm, if he pull up lame, then we're gonna be in trouble.
But he ain't there for the 82. He just gonna bring. They know that he gonna bring you 65.
No, Jimmy played all 82 with these folks. He played. Well, he couldn't play 82. No, he played all the game. No, because they short. The season was short.
He played 60-something.
Yeah.
He gonna give you 67 with these people right here. He ain't going no 80, man. You know why? It's a short season. I mean, it's a quick season.
So he might. Oh, you mean a quick turnaround?
Quick turnaround and a quick season. They not playing 82 games.
No, they playing 72.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy, we didn't talk about this, y'all. I wanted to share that, y'all. Do you remember the dude that left junior college? Jay Scrub? He did get drafted, Jimmy.
He got drafted? He got picked?
Yes, 55th.
I think Boston picked him, didn't it? Was it Boston?
But they picked him for the Clippers, so he went to Clippers.
Okay.
They picked him for the Clippers.
He got picked.
Yeah. But I didn't say nothing about it yesterday.
As we mentioned the other day, DFW, 5 players from DFW got picked.
Oh, yes,
Dallas
sir.
Fort Worth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we talked about
and
that.
Which is a great thing.
Oh, yeah.
Now the thing is, you keep on pushing forward, and I think sometimes, let me tell you something, DFW. I think some people in DFW may feel like the world, like the rest of the country, don't know you exist, or they're not paying attention to you guys, or that is not the case. They know that DFW is there.
Shit.
They know that. It's just that you run into situations. The proof is, think about how many people that are ranked in the country year to year in recent years. They know you exist. The thing is, now you have to understand, once again, you fall into a problem that many other large cities have. The bigger the headache, the bigger the pill, meaning the more people in your city, the more mouthpieces you have, the more talent that you have, the more people are going to probably not necessarily align themselves or favor the same synchronized order of the pecking order of the players. And that's something that you guys internally, and even not to saying that you guys got a problem that nobody else have, no, but as far as spitting them on out and anointing one, and that's going to be hard to do because you have the Under Armour guy, you have the Adidas guy, you have the Nike guy. They all going to feel like they're their best guy at an early age, as a 9th grader. They feel that their best guy, 15U, is the best in the city, and it's going to be part. Then there's going to be this one guy that's going to be independent. There's going to always be an independent one as a 9th grader coming through. That people going to say, man, y'all slipping on little Junebug, little Boo Boo over here. Little Boo Boo, y'all like all them other guys. Little Boo Boo, I know he can get with him. He played on one of them sneaker teams. It's going to always be one. So the thing is, just keep pushing forward and understand the thing now is it's like, think of the grassroots as you would look at the government or the legislature. This is how you would look at grassroots. It's time now to get more blacks on the McDonald's All-American voting panel. It's time to get more blacks.
How do you do that, Jimmy? If they got the power, you just said, if they got the power, they're not going to give it to you. So how you get it?
No, it's coming because Ernie with Alan Branch is going to rivals.com at the top of the year. So that's a seat now in the room.
So if you're on Rivals, that automatically make you a McDonald's voter?
No. That is layers. That don't give you a seat. The McDonald's voting panel, that's a whole different thing. I'm talking about, I mentioned that, and I mentioned the conglomerates of the amateur basketball recruiting sector, which would be your 24/7 Sports, your Rivals.com. Those two are your machines. Well, the machines, 24/7 Sports hired Brandon Jenkins, who's a young man who was writing with the prep.
So that's one guy. It's a one black guy.
Well, that's how you got
So hold up, Jimmy. Hold up. Because in the beginning of the show, you took something I said. Now you're depending on the establishment for you to benefit.
No. Understand something.
Wait a minute. Do a black person on
take the work. That's like a seat in office. So look at one of those at Rivals or 24/7 Sports. That's like one of your.
But you can't use that parallel.
That's a city councilman.
People own these entities. No, that's different. That's private enterprise. This is you're talking about private enterprise versus government, Jimmy. That's not too.
But Adam, understand. One can be done now. The other one would be playing the long game. One can play the short game, one the long game.
But if you ain't owning it, Jimmy, them people ain't gonna let you have power. I just told the people ain't gonna let you have power.
Adam, understand something. saying the people ain't gonna let you have the power.
The people who own Rivals and the people who own what 24/7. You think they just gonna go away?
What are you talking about? I'm talking about a honey going to work for them.
But you saying we got to get more black? No, you said we got to get more black people into McDonald's. We got to get.
That's two different topics.
Hold up.
And I said you got to get. That's two different topics. We got more black people coming on the McDonald's voting thing. That's coming. That I know. That's coming. Just hold tight. Watch January 1st. They got more coming.
I don't care how many you have. I'm just saying you're not controlling nothing. That's the point.
Understand something. The McDonald's is one thing. Right now, before you get to the McDonald's only pertains to maybe 40 kids that has a realistic shot of getting one of those 24 slots. Double down for boys and girls. That's all. I mentioned the Rivals and the 24/7 Sports because they are the two machines that cover the country and has dedicated their budgets, and they are self-sufficient. Now, mind you, we have people in place now that's from the state of Texas.
To do what?
That lives in Texas, that's now going to be in charge of, now the tables are turning. That's going to be in charge of national, the title, a national recruiting analyst who sleeps in their bed in the state of Texas.
Are they going to have decision-making ability? They working for somebody.
But when it put it like this, when John Stovall and Reggie Rankin was in the basketball, the recruiting nation division of ESPN, they had power with rankings. They had the power to determine collectively, along with Paul Biancardi at the time. It was just those three. Then Joe Francisco from the West Coast. They had the power to determine who was the top 25, the top 60, the top 100. That is power. That's power. So when you on a national scope, you know why? Because the people like the McDonald's game, they uses those rankings poll, which they shouldn't, but they do as criteria, as judgment criteria. Because they go and they say, well, he's ranked this by Rivals. He's ranked this by 24/7. He's ranked this by ESPN. So that means the person who controlling and comprising those lists has power. So once again, if Brandon Jenkins now has a seat in the room to now help make a decision, that means now a kid that's not the blatant obvious talent, but a kid that's from the state of Texas that he knows about, that John Doe might not know about, everybody gonna take care of their own turf. So that gives favor.
So nobody in Texas. So before this, we didn't have nobody. You said Texas didn't have nobody?
No. And not on the boys' side.
Hold up. So Texas never had nobody, and they survived. They didn't put in pros. All the pros y'all documented.
And we would have had, and the thing is, we would have had more.
So hold on.
We could have had more.
So really and truly, if the player is good enough, because we had pros, we've had the Aaron Fox, we had these guys. So I'm just trying to figure out. ESPN, okay, white company, right? Just asking. You trying to fight a guy that I just ask questions because I don't know about this bullshit. You got ESPN, a white company. You got 24/7 white-owned company. You got Rivals, a white-owned company. Where is the black-owned company? I'm tired of put well, he owned this. Where is the black-owned? And I've been consistent with this. Where's the blacks-owned National Recruiting Service? And maybe that's over you might not. You might don't care. But
there are a number of national, at least half dozen black scouting services around the country. That
national.
National. I said national. Hell, it's a half dozen in Houston. I wasn't talking about Houston. It's a half dozen of them in Houston. Hell, it's more than a half dozen. We're talking about scouting services that are certified by the NCAA. I'm talking about it's at least a half
didn't say
dozen
nothing about the
nationally.
NCAA.
That's black owned.
I'm saying you sitting here talking about these guys got power because they with ESPN. These guys got power. These came out of your mouth because aren't they gonna be with rivals? These guys got power because the other guy, maybe like I said, maybe you can't answer this one. So if anybody can answer this, I'm just trying to say, name me. You said it's a lot of them. I just want to know one.
Reserve their self and to the form of operating with a service they supply directly to the college coaches. So because it have revenues to create that type of machine and keep it going and have a paid staff.
Hold on, Jimmy.
So there's no black on
Jimmy. Go out and come back in, Jimmy, because something happened. Go out and come back in. Something happened. I don't know. Jimmy will be back in a sec. Hey, y'all, I'm just curious, y'all. If y'all know me, y'all understand that that's what I'm just trying to figure something out, man. I'm not trying to do this. I'm just trying to figure out why. Yeah, I'm just trying to. Yeah. I'm okay, Jimmy, you back, and I'm glad you back because I'm just trying to. Every time I don't. You got to realize when I'm asking you stuff like this, I'm asking you for information. I'm just trying to see. You talking about the power cause somebody that hired Ani and somebody that hired Brandon and somebody and what's his name? Reggie Rankin and Reggie Rankin. See, the reason I'm saying that, if Reggie Rankin, if we had this thing with Reggie Rankin and what's your name? Stovall, if they were powerful enough, maybe they should have started their own. Or they was only powerful because they were with ESPN. I'm just trying to see.
But what they did was at the time, believe it or not, Stovall was a co-founder of one of the machines from back in the days before the internet burst off into a different direction. He and Vince Baldwin owned, arguably during that time, the most powerful and popular scouting service that was in the country. So what happens is Vince Baldwin, then he was started with the family, and Stovall was living in Ohio and Vince Baldwin was living in Michigan. So they covered that area, that Michigan and Ohio area. They had a magazine. The company was called Prep Spotlight. So then what happens is, like, as always happens, it's like, put it like this. If at some point in time you do your job well enough, then it's going to create a value maybe to somebody. And somebody will come and offer you with the option to advance what they can deem as you advancing your career on their platform. And that's what happened. And as a result, it came by way of Nike. So with Nike back in the days, Vince Baldwin's, by him being on the road so much as his obligation with Nike, he wasn't able to write and watch the Michigan kids only like he used to. Same thing, ditto for Stovall. So then they stuff just dwindled down over the years. But they were Pro Spotlight was it. They had a magazine and everything.
Jimmy, you remember how I am. I don't care about what you've done. I don't care about the magazine. I'm talking about evidently it wasn't enough to sustain. I'm just trying to see why. Because if they can hire Brandon Jenkins and they can hire Ani, they can fire their black ass. So I'm just trying to see, when are we? And I'm going to keep doing this because I'm always saying this. Can't nobody fire me. They can't nobody fire you. I'm trying to see, and I understand they got establishment up there, but when I look at all of these players they're ranking, most of them are black. I keep telling y'all, this is a black man's game and a white man's business. And I'm not going to be apologetic for it. I just want us to say, we sitting up here, that's power. You said that's power. Power to work for some damn body? Y'all got to realize, no. Why don't we have a national platform? And we support it. See, I think our problem is some of us might not support it. That's why I get, what's the quote yesterday?
You say you think it or you know it.
Jimmy, I don't know. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. I'm just a common sense guy and I'm a businessman. But I said something the other day. I said, I think the reason we find it easy to tear each other down is because, hold on, let me get this shit off the screen. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. It's tear each other down is that we invest so little in building each other up. So my thing is, I know it's possible. But my problem is, I just can't get the people to realize y'all bigger than who y'all think y'all are. Ani, please don't be satisfied because some people from Rivals gave you a bullshit job. Please don't, sir.
No. We don't expect him to be satisfied at all. That's not. No.
I'm talking to him. I ain't talking to you right now. I'm talking to Brandon Jenkins. Don't you be. Man, I'm just telling you, man, Jimmy. I just see stuff in this industry. It just baffles me, man. I see it and I'm watching it, and I just don't.
You have to understand something. Everybody ain't cut out to be.
I understand that. Well, let's find the person that's cut out to do it then.
Okay, but and that personnel could go. That means that personnel can go. Everybody ain't cut out to be.
I know boss. Somebody got to be the worker, Jimmy. I understand everybody ain't gonna be no entrepreneur. I ain't saying that. I'm not saying that. You got to quit speaking small. We got to think a little bit bigger. I told you I'm writing a book, and I told y'all something happened in the middle. My ghostwriter called me. Corey Henderson, and she says, Robert, what do you want to name the book? What are the points you trying to get through to lead to the next generation? So I just said, I don't know. She said, that's okay. Okay, it's okay. So guess what she did, y'all? Crystal, she kept talking to me. And then I brought up some when my son called me and he was talking about he taking a move. He's making a move. He's doing a startup, trying to do something that ain't never been done before. And I said, go do it. And what I told him, I said, young people, stop looking for employment and start looking for deployment. To be employed, Jimmy, means someone else is benefiting from your energy and your talent. To deploy yourself means that you're using your own energy to be productive for you. Instead of waiting on someone else to give you a job, create your own work. The basis of my book gonna be on those principles. What I can leave to this next generation. So thank you. You gotta understand this ain't got nothing to do with you. So don't take this personal. This ain't you. Don't take this personal. I'm just saying, we got ESPN, you're not ESPN. We got Rivals, you're not Rivals. And we got 24/7. Those three entities are controlled by something. Hold on, babe. Controlled by somebody else and not us. That's all I'm trying to say, man. I'm not trying to say, that's all. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't fight me on I'm just trying to see why my people ain't looking for deployment instead of employment. But you said, Hatter, everybody ain't. But guess what? If you're not taught to be an entrepreneur, you might not be for you. Somebody got to clean my house. Somebody got to wash my car. I understand that, Jimmy. But we got some young people. We got some people that put it in me. Somebody put it in you, or you put it in yourself. I just said I don't want to work for nobody. I don't do well with using all of this. See, when me and Jimmy talk 2.5 hours, we can sit back and say, this is ours. This is ours. I ain't got to go. Somebody said, nice work, brothers. Nice work, brothers. Let's go get them again tomorrow. No. So I'm not. You got to understand. My thoughts are, man. I got some higher thoughts, man. I just got some higher thoughts for my people, and I'm gonna keep on. Even in your industry, I just think our potential. We haven't tapped into our potential yet. We haven't tapped into our potential yet. If you already done it, Jimmy, that ain't your potential. You can do more. You said those guys had the best publication, all that in the world. Guess what? It's some more out there left on the table. So that's all I'm saying. Please don't fight with me. If you're a black man, please don't fight when I'm just trying to help my people. That's all, because that's going to make me. I expect that out of 45. Listen, I was over my sister's house the other day. One of my niece's friends came over there. I don't know her that good, but she was talking. So something happened and popped on the screen. Young lady, she said, man, they wrong for that. Man, they done stole this election from Donald Trump. I didn't tell my sister because my sister would have put her out the damn house. So I didn't tell my sister. So I just asked the young girl, Rick, I said, where you get that from? That's what they saying on the Fox News. That's what some young black girl. Because ain't nobody told her who she was. She just going by what somebody. I said, give me any kind of evidence. Kelton, guess what she said? I heard it. This happened in my sister's house. So I talked to my sister about it today. Guess what my sister said? If I had heard she'd have said that, I'd have put her ass out of my house. I'm just talking. Y'all, I'm not talking about Ani. I'm not talking about Brandon. Let's get this case. We ain't talking about you going to take care of your guys. It's bigger than them. I'm just saying, when are we going to have one of the big three? And Jimmy, I'm glad you pointed it out to me. I'm glad you pointed it out to me. But that's not enough for me. It might be enough for y'all. We at the table. No, let's create our own damn table. We got an example. A guy who everybody complained about. He was around dressing up like a woman. Tyler Perry. But they wasn't around when them plays weren't selling. He was sleeping in his car. But they see him now, they're going to say something. But he said, Hollywood kept telling me no. Guess what? ESPN, other these guys, they're telling ESPN 24/7 and rivals, they telling us no. They're telling us no. They're telling us no, Stacy. So he said, okay, y'all won't give me no money to make my films. I'm gonna go and build me a movie set bigger than all of y'all's put together. I study guys like that think like that. So excuse me if I offend you for thinking like that. But I don't give a, what you said, Jimmy? I don't give a fat rat's ass if you think anything about me from the way I'm thinking. Excuse me, Mindy. I'm just saying I think it's possible. And forget them crumbs. Need no damn crumbs. You want the whole cake. So that's it. He showed us the way, y'all. And I'm not thinking about Dallas and Texas and that. I'm talking about national, Stacy. I'm talking about a national scale. Jimmy just used those two guys as an example. And thank you, Jimmy, for using those examples because it made me understand what's going on. It's it's just y'all. I'm excited about. The reason I'm telling y'all this, I'm grooming a young man and his sphere of influence to go out and say, you don't go to a West Point to become a crossing guard. Let me decipher that to people who don't know. When you go to West Point, you're going to be the admiral. You're going to be the boss. You're going to be the boss. So that's what I told him about the Ivy League. You're not going to no Ivy League to come back here to do the you going up there to be a captain of industry. So guess what? He ain't no smarter than nobody else. He just listened. We got to start grooming our kids for more. For more, man. For more than just settling for somebody. Well, the McDonald's. We should be running the damn McDonald's All-America. We shouldn't have this guy coming down here giving fake McDonald's All-America's camps. We should be doing that. They our kids. I told y'all, I've been to Saudi Arabia. You ain't picking your Jimmy Hicks with your hat on. How cool you is. You ain't going over there and buy not damn one of them oil fields. I don't care how cool you are. Because guess what he said? Robert, these are our natural resources. We can't let you in. You're not going to go and get one of them diamond mines in South Africa. Those are their natural resources. These kids and these players are your natural resources. Stacey Houston in the gym. Bobby Benjamin in the gym. Whoever worked out, what's his name? Tyrese Maxey, R.J. Hampton, all of those guys. Those the guys who made R.J. Hampton. And we just go and give them our power away and let somebody else have them. So that's it today, y'all. Y'all called me. I got some more for you tomorrow. But Jimmy, I am so glad. I know you're looking perplexed. But all I'm sitting up here saying, I just think it's possible. You might not think it. Jimmy, I did some things that nobody thought a black dude from Memphis, Tennessee could do. Matthew Marr, I've been and lived and been on 7 continents. And I wasn't in the service, Derek Johnson. Never been in the service. But I wanted to see the world. So I got a world view on this thing, man. And all I'm trying to do is some more young kids that's going to be listening to me. Their mama's listening to me. They mama's gonna tell them it's a world view that we can look at now, little Johnny Coswell. Guess what? Get cool with Chooks Achua. Get cool with these guys. Go get your lesson. Maybe you'll be like Gaston one day and be able to represent them. That's all I'm saying, y'all. I'm not against. I don't care if you don't think I'm right. I know I'm seeing it happen around me in my life every day. Because we got young guys that's listening now. They're listening to us. They're watching us. Y'all might think all this old crooked shit you're doing and think it's cool and stuff. We got to be moral leaders. We got to be better. We ain't got to be perfect, but we got to be better at what's happening in our next generation. And I know, Jimmy, you don't care. You say you ain't got no kids. But I have. And I think about my next generation, even if they're not my kids. Ask the young guys who call me every day, and I'm talking to them on the phone, and they asking me about their next move. Mr. Hatter, what about this? My next move. Got a group of young guys. Y'all gonna see what y'all gonna see the fruits of these guys' labor in about 3 or 4 years. And y'all gonna say, wow. So that's all, man. And nothing against nobody. I wasn't trying to go against what nobody was saying. I'm just be in my heart, man. Go back and look over the show over the last 4 years. I've been saying the same thing. I've been consistent. Jimmy, you can take it on from here, Doc.
Well, so you guys understand, I'm 100% behind every word you just said. I've just looked like this because I've put 20 years.
I know.
I've put a lot of resources into people.
I understand.
And after a while, you say, well, okay, well, just show me. It's kind of like some people, they always will call you. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Okay, let me know when you're ready. Put it all together. And then if you waiting on everybody to come, when they say they coming, you're going to be spending a whole lot of times with their visions and ready to go of grandeur. So what I've gone to learn, I'm like, okay, let them know. Give them the info they want. But then also, I'm letting them know, you better put your bright lights on. You're riding at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. I ain't trying to just sell you the dream, let you know it's you gonna have to be consistent in your efforts to beat your knuckles against the pavement. And if you're trying to break through and get some stuff done, in no matter what it may be in the world,
Jimmy, Martin Luther King had a dream. Jimmy, a dream, all this is vision. We know we got to do work. We know we had to put. I'm not talking about that. I'm going to invest my time because God, I know what he done for me. So I know it's a responsibility for me to put in these young guys. I understand you. You said you ain't gonna gas up that car. This not a me and you thing. This is something that I see that you, a guy 20 years in this business, that listen to me, and y'all hear this. I've watched him grow, and I watched his structure, and I know his passion in this business. But he is on a local level. He is the king here. I need a Jimmy Hicks nationally. That's me. Because guess what? I know we got some young people that's going to need a guy who's passionate, going to do the work. What you say, Jimmy? You're going to have the lights on when the dog, whatever. You're going to have your headlights on?
No, the high beams on.
High beam. Hold up. We need another guy. So my job is to inspire them. Inspire them to be great, man. I mean, and that's all, man. It's just and I'm glad you did, Jimmy. I think that was, listen, I know what you do. When people don't know, I know what you're doing with your pro. I've watched you. I've seen the first cheat sheet to the one that he's sending out electronically to the coaches now. Hold on. A little binder, a little piece of binder. It looked like this. To sending it out electronically. I'm sitting there next to a coach in the airport. He said, I said, what you looking at? Damon Stoudemire. It's a little while back. He said, man, I'm looking at my cheat sheet. I called Jimmy. I said, you ain't sent me this. He said, you ain't no damn coach. So I understand that. I understand that. But Jimmy, you done did yours. I need somebody to take the baton. Not you pass the torch. Let's get that straight. If you want to, you can light somebody's torch. But take the baton. Y'all, we in a race. Yeah, man, your turn. We like the Jamaican handoff team. What's his name? Usain Bolt. That's all I'm trying to say, man. Listen. Sometimes, Jimmy, I hear him out there, Jimmy, they think you just, Jimmy. Dude, the man can do so much. Hey, this what I'm saying right now. Y'all need to send to somebody, and y'all know y'all do. Y'all need to send to somebody. Somebody need to know this, Jimmy. I want the Jimmy Hicks that's too cool. The Jimmy Hicks of Houston. That's what I'm trying. I mean, excuse me. For the country, we need a national guy. That hold up. So when the McDonald All Americans get to talking that mess, I'm talking about from Houston and Dallas. Then he said, "Oh, look what we done here in Houston. Look what we had done in Houston." But Jimmy, that's all. I know you agree. I know I wasn't agreeing with you. I was just adding to what, because my vision is different. Because you done had the disadvantage of meeting guys that you hold up. You bring them in. Hold up. I say it. You bring them into your circle. You put them on events with you. And hold up. And you putting the seed money. I already know. And then later on, these same dudes come back and bite you on the behind. Honest Jimmy. That happened to me, sir, 1,000 times, Jimmy. Jimmy, think about this. Lorenzo Wright, y'all, rest his heart, rest in peace. His daddy, Herb Wright. I sit and talk him through this whole process about what he need to do with his son and how he need to do with his son. Lorenzo Wright told everybody where he went, "I am signing with Robert Hatter. Forget everybody else." I taught his daddy so much. So his daddy went and hired a guy who ain't got no clients and let him and the daddy, they worked the deal. All the time, all the money, flying back and forth to Houston, going back from Houston to Memphis, going back and forth. Jimmy, it was similar to this. You done dated the finest girl in the city. And y'all get ready to go to the prom. Somebody else done took her to the prom. That's how I felt when that boy was in New York and, at the draft and Robert Hatter was not at his table. The most, two or three other ones, one of the most hurtful things to me, y'all remember Jimmy? Sold into his daddy for 3 years, teaching him everything I know about this business. And guess what? That ain't stopped me. That ain't stopped me. I'm going to go get it. Because guess what? I'm going to get another one and another one. But I'm not going to let that stop me. Because I could have easily said, man, forget all of y'all. Forget these parents. Forget these dudes. But no. Can't do it. I got a bigger purpose than that. But we can get out of here, Jimmy. I'm sorry. Something just told me I had to get that out of here. I had to. But Jimmy, pass the baton, baby. Let's pass the baton. All right, you can end it.
And
I'm done.
And you guys make sure, just gave a reminder on the Facebook, so you guys in the YouTube feed.
My bad.
We're giving away groceries tomorrow to families. Now is the time. Whereas you can designate a family that you wish to receive $125 bags filled with groceries, including a turkey, a ham, gravy mix, cranberry sauce, mac and cheese, rice potatoes, sweet potatoes, canned green beans, canned corn, dinner rolls, sugar, eggs, milk, cake mix, brownie mix, and of course juice and water. All of that stuff is in bags for the family to prepare their Thanksgiving meal. And a lot of times I tell people all the time, and I you guys hear me say the word pay attention. And I use that hashtag a lot in the past, but I really mean it when I say pay attention. You pay attention to who's giving back. Otherwise, it's being quite hypocritical in your celebratory efforts of Thanksgiving. First of all, we understand we're not celebrating that. We done modified it and make it our own personal appreciation of thanks within our domestic circumferences. But we definitely damn sure not celebrating Christopher Columbus and that thing. So
we pilgrims. You're talking about the pilgrims right now. You talking about the pilgrims.
I'm just saying. I mean, so we're not. If you really think about it, we know we've modified it.
Yeah.
But what we're celebrating. So the art of giving back, and that's the thing that I ask people. People go back, oh man, and try to make people that ain't giving back will always try to discount giving back. If I say it again, people that don't give back will always shortchange or discount the thought of somebody else giving back. Oh man, that ain't nothing. He should do that. He made that. He ought to give that back. Well, that ain't nothing, man. He gave out 50 turkeys. Why ain't give out 100? He made all. See what I'm saying? You're gonna discount it always.
But Jimmy, those people ain't giving none no way.
Exactly my point.
Okay.
Exactly my point.
Yeah, they ain't gonna
think about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then if you pay attention, those people ain't giving nothing.
Come on, man.
They're trying to take everything and ain't trying to give nothing.
And Jimmy, that's why
that
I promise
formula
you.
Based
go. I'm sorry.
Based on like the way I was raised, and a lot of us were raised different various ways.
Yes.
But one of the things that, trust me, if my mom would have had it her way, I would have been a full-time, full-fledged tither as she was. I just fully didn't understand at a young age the concept, maybe not having a man in the house. But she was a full-fledged tither, a 10% tither every paycheck. So as I got older, it's never too late to start to learn.
Yeah.
In some cases. Well, I say, and somebody, from a spiritual angle, explain to me that sometimes you can tie it in different various ways. If that works for you, if that fulfills you. And that means so you can go and give back. If you don't necessarily have the finances to give back, you have economics. Economics mean providing somebody with a hot plate when they don't have one. That's economics. Pulling up at the corner the other day, and the guy was, they're asking for money. So sure enough, I had a bag of popcorn in the car and a bottle of water in the seat on the side. I had to bust over. I reached out and gave him the bottle of water again. Now he might not have wanted that, but that's giving back. When I did it, it felt good.
And think about it, Jimmy. And I want to, because I would employ everybody to just go study what tithe means. It just mean tenth. And back then it was called your first fruits. So if you have 10 cattle, you got 10 cattle, you're going to give the first one. Hold up. Not the 10th one. Your first fruits. You want to sacrifice that and give that to God, to your God. That's all it meant. Your first fruits. Hold up. It's not pretend to be your last fruits. Oh, well, I give him at the end. No. Tithes mean 10th, your first fruits. And if you go and study and just say, and all he's saying is, All of it's mine. All I want to show that you love me more than you love yourself. Give me a tenth. Drop me some in the drop. Like you said, Jimmy, give me your first fruit. Not your last. Not after you done paid your bills. Your first fruits. So that's just go study it. When I studied it and understood it, I knew to me it didn't have nothing to do with the pastor. Because hold up, Jimmy, this is what I said. I'm gonna do what I got to do. If he go mess that money out up, and I believe my God, he gonna get dealt with. So I mean, that's a unique stuff. But that's a unique story you said. But when I went and studied it myself, I said, wow, this what this means. And Jimmy, I didn't see my mama doing this. I ain't gonna lie. My mama used to send us to church. And I wasn't sitting, I was gonna get far away from my mama, so I didn't understand tithing. I had to understand it when I was a grown man. But let me tell you something. Don't you ever think you have done a lot. You're not perfect. A lot of people get pissed off with the way you do certain things. But if you be around you long enough, you know your heart. You the kind of guy, if you got a plate, I'm just telling y'all, if he got a plate of food right there, you can come and eat off it. At the restaurant. You know how some people, no, you can't get none of my food. No. He got the big job of, that margarita. If dude ain't got his drink yet, he'll post some in his drink. So I know y'all got to understand, we are not perfect, man. No, we're not. and guess what? Sad thing, you ain't either. So we just got to be a little bit more understanding about each other. And man, let me tell you something. Like I tell Jimmy was messing with me on Monday. I was just saying, if you knew how happy I was, y'all think about it. Don't y'all know how hard it is to come? Think about it. When I started this show off, I can just been, hold on, y'all. I can just been in a heated business conversation at 11:50, Jimmy, 11:55 all the way up. But notice what happens when I hit that button at 12 o'clock. They don't matter no more. This show matters. Y'all matters. Those letters y'all be sending me. Those email y'all be sending me. That stuff matters, man. All I ever ask y'all to do is push the subscribe button and buy a t-shirt. In 4 years. Jimmy, what's your favorite word? Input equal output. Input equal output. But I'm glad we didn't mean to go here. This is the uniqueness about this show. We get to talking about politics and somebody, dude, we can talk about anything. But in the end of the day, I want my people to be a lot better than it is. And I'm going to do everything. And y'all, don't forget, in this next election, this down ballot election, this off-term election, off-year election, we're going to mobilize. We're going to find somebody we can put in that to help us. We're going to find the Troy Pradiers of the world. And these guys are the people that they know the people going to do the right things for us. And we're going to get them in office. So, but Jimmy, I'm so glad about this conversation today. And I had somewhere to go. But let me tell you something. Y'all are more important. Oh, I like that, Jimmy. Y'all are more important than any business meeting. Guess what? They got to wait. Because we talk about the Hoops Giving Classic that's going to be tomorrow. Jimmy, hold up now. What time you going? I'm going to come on there at 12. I'm going to have some. But you have some stuff lined up so you can call in, have your batteries and your phone charged up, because I already know you. I text you in the morning, and we're going to make sure I want to know what's going on, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, I wish you was cool enough to get me extra phone over there, Jimmy, iPhone, or hold up, and just can have it in there, hooked to something, and so we can see a concert. And guess what? I can put it on the screen, Jimmy. I can take that source and put it on the screen for a second.
So what you saying? We're gonna do a free live stream? No.
Just not live stream. We don't want to see everything. But
so you want nigga rig the live stream?
No, we gonna top shoperize it. we gonna do something. You know, I don't want to. I want. You know what I like to do? I like to see the people.
With that. I understand. I don't have a problem with that part there, because most people would be saying, "Oh man, I want to come in." Understand? This year's Hoops Giving Classic is not done for profit.
Yeah, that's right.
All.
Jimmy,
all.
So do me a
favor. This event here is not done for profit. Guaranteed, it won't make a profit.
I want to. You know what I am.
Without drowning.
I want to see the people. You know how I am. I'm gonna be over here. I want to see y'all, but you know, I'm just following doctor's orders, not going into that to that thing. But guess what? Guess who gets off the plane at 3:00 tomorrow? Against my wishes, y'all. My son told me, "Hey man, I had to come see you." Dude, don't come. Guess what the first thing he said, y'all? What time Bryce Griggs play? But he gonna miss Bryce. But Jimmy, he get in at 3. How many more events you got after 3? So I'm gonna send him over there.
We got the big game Legacy.
At what time?
The School of Sports Science playing Fort Worth ODY.
At what time?
At 4:30.
So he gonna have to leave the airport, but he on that side. He coming in a couple.
Yeah, that would be the game. That's the final game. That's the main event of the afternoon. Okay. And guess what? He would get a chance to see the #1 ranked high school team in Greater Houston in action with one of the top against one of the top teams in the state from the Fort Worth area. That's probably arguably Fort Worth's best team.
Okay.
And so and also, like I said, you see how this new norm of, it's not new norm. We've done it before, not necessarily a new norm. I'd scratch that. But the newest of the basketball flavors of the now is Legacy. Not saying flavor of the month, but it's the flavor of now, meaning that it could be the flavor of the future, but but it's not this one. I don't want to peg them just as basketball, because that school has make giant strives to provide much more than a scholastic opportunity for young people. So they strive in the School of Sports Science. And it's one of those things where, and guess what? By default, they're getting all of the time that's needed to iron out any wrinkle that they have in the past for the academic stuff because of pandemic. They're not going to count the what they call those test scores, that the tests that people take.
Stars.
They're not going to count the stars this year.
Okay.
And they've already made a motion in the Texas T to try to strike them out for next year. So that means they're getting all that time.
See how God, see how stuff works. We mad at this pandemic, and we should be, because if we had better leadership, we'd be in better position. But I just want to, man, I like that, Jimmy. And Legacy, man, y'all know how I love the campus. Y'all know how I love the leadership over there. It's just that I'm gonna call him because he said he wanted to see Bryce Griggs. So I'm gonna say, man, just go over there and see Legacy. So I'll tell him.
But I do know that Bryce, that speaking of Griggs, they will be playing on Friday. Hightower will now play Friday at Stafford. The school that's playing in the first game in the morning against Westbury Christian at 10 o'clock in the morning at the Hoops Giving, they will host Hightower on Friday. A lot of teams, as I'm saying, guys, have been patching up games.
He get a chance to see that. Okay, that's good. That's good.
And if you're a coach and you're watching right now, feel free. A lot of times, certain coaches, for strategic reason, whatever reason they may have, certain coaches may not want to just put it out there on the TABC message board that they're looking for a game because they don't want to give other people an opportunity to prepare to come and scout them, maybe whatever the reasons they may have. But I do know that a fair share of coaches over the past 2 weeks have been blowing me up on a daily basis, seeking games, and I've been connecting guys with other coaches that I know needing games on certain days. And so if you are looking for a game on Wednesday, I have a school that's a member of the UIL that is seeking a game on tomorrow. And so just give me a call or text if you guys want to, or just shoot an email, chopshophtx@gmail.com.
Awesome.
And once again, shout out to Alfio. I see Nico Love up in there.
What's up,
Tom
Nico?
Holmes, Tiffany Sanders. That is Moody. Shout out to Chi-Town who shut things down. And Heather, it's about that time, man.
Jimmy, you know
Slide
who
on
Nico
down,
is,
Dino's
don't
back.
you? Jimmy.
We in record-breaking territory.
No, but Jimmy, you know who Nico Love is.
Who that?
That's the father. That's Nico. That's the father of Retro who did the Chop Chop song. That's
okay. What's going on, Nico? Yeah, okay. What's going down?
Yeah.
we got to bring Retro out of retirement now. It's
Yeah,
time for him to get
he working on us a
song
new.
now.
No, he working on us a new song. He working on us a new song now. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, man. So once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Chop Shop. Thank you so much for sharing the show to those who have done so. Remember, if you just keep on pushing through so we can keep subscribing to our YouTube page, following us on the Facebook page, and understand the consistency is not. Think about it like this, guys, as I leave you with this. What we're doing right now, both of us have a computer monitor on the side of this screen, what we're watching right now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's natural human nature because you want to see ourselves.
Yeah.
That's how we can tell if things are going wrong or slow or whatnot. However, understand something. To come and do this for 8 hours a week, scratch that. I'm gonna say 10 hours because we're going overtime. And as I said, we're gonna try to restrict and get it back to inside the chalk. But we've been giving you guys 10 hours a week. We really have.
Yeah, easy.
If you count an extra 30 minutes times 4 that you're getting, 10 hours on the average that you're getting. So think about it like this. No pre-scripted, no teleprompters, no producers in our ears. This is basically, we're coming up to the microphone. No dress rehearsal, no sound check. We're coming up to the mic and we're spitting a 2 to 2.5 hour freestyle for your ass 4 days a week. If you think that's easy, then just to think about how some other people may have to do this, may only be doing this once a week. And it's hard to get content to talk about once a week. So this goes to show you guys, and you keep it popping in the boom boom rooms. If it ain't no boom boom room, then it ain't no chop shop.
Hello.
We've been laid this thing down. There ain't no boom boom room. You know? And so that's why you're going to give yourselves an applaud.
Yeah,
for,
give yourself.
Understand.
That's a good one, Jim.
We created this real estate. And you guys now come on in and get something to chime in about. And you guys know. Only thing we forgot today that I regret we supposed to open up the phone lines and didn't do so. That's the only thing I regret today.
I went on too long. My bad. It just was something was in me. I had to get it out. But we good, Jimmy. Hey, have a great event tomorrow. Let me know. We're gonna talk before we're gonna make it go, so we can just give them. We're gonna make it a show out of them anyway tomorrow. It's gonna be a show. You line up some good people who you might want to just have peep in and say something, and we'll work it out tomorrow. We're gonna have fun tomorrow. And if y'all at the event, still turn on the chop. Y'all can watch the chop and do that at the same time. So it's all good. We're gonna be full-fledged tomorrow. And I'm gonna try to sneak and I find a guest. Jim, I might sneak and find a guest that'll be on with me tomorrow. I'm gonna figure something out. All right?
Yeah. So there you go. And B Scott asked where she get a list from. I just replied. Go over to rcssports.com and you can see the list of vittles. And that's the thing. If you want to go and purchase the vittles yourself, I strongly recommend you do that.
Yeah.
Because you might get them for lower than $125.
That's why he gave y'all the list. That's why he gave y'all the list.
Yeah, because Brian Jolivet, he made the list up and said he live in Kingwood, y'all. They stole. He don't use coupon. He probably shopping at the corner store where everything higher.
Jimmy, do you know the time of the Hightower and the Stafford game on Friday? You know the time?
I put it on the website tomorrow at the wrong time. The coach gave it to me. I can't remember.
Okay, but
it's Friday afternoon. Stafford. No, Hightower is at Stafford. Not Stratford, Stafford, the team that made it to the 4A state championships this past season. Stafford is located right in the shadows. Well, I ain't gonna say the shadows, right down the street from Thurgood Marshall off the Beltway. So that's it's like 1 mile. Matter of fact, I think they're less than a mile, maybe a mile or less away. Those two high schools are right there in totally two different dynamics. It's amazing. And that is Thurgood Marshall and Stafford High School. Anyway, guys, it's about that time to slide down. Dino's back. Yabba dabba do this thing. Come and join us over and catch some basketball over at Houston Christian School on Wednesday. We'll have the Hoopsgiving Classic. Going to be 3 games in 2 separate gymnasiums. The schedule, I will post it on the front of the website later on today. It's in the VIP news right now. You go in the VIP news. If you haven't done so, get that full detailed recap of the Yates and Madison game from yesterday. Chooks Isatua, 21 points, 24 rebounds, 5 block shots, and a W for the big fella. He's definitely boosting his stock. And also, how about this? Madison High School had a freshman out there that led them in scoring last night. A 9th grader at Madison High School. You might need a new nephew in your car, and that is
that ain't Gambrell, little brother, is it?
JJ Gambrell had 17 points last night and about 4 3-pointers. He was getting it in, getting his groove on against JJ. Hey, he wasn't scared at all. In the law, if I say if you're gonna lose, get paid. He's definitely gonna make some real estate for his name to be on that freshman watch list. But that's pretty much all, y'all. Shout out to Troy Prater. And don't forget, guys, BigCityAccidents.com.
Yes, sir.
If you're getting a wreck this weekend over these holidays, if you need an attorney, personal injury protection, they got you covered. BigCityAccidents.com. That's the Cox Prater Law Firm.com. You go to that website as well. We gave you a lawyer and we gave you Ice and Mike with the concierge.
Wow.
We gave you all the hookup that you need. Put them in your phone, guys. I'm telling you how we create a movement and create a networking platform, an arena for us. You guys be safe.
Jimmy, shout out to Side Ranch. Jimmy, how come you tell me Side Ranch was 6-0? I need to look at the website.
They just played while we were just on the air.
Oh,
they just won.
Okay. All right.
Remember, they would beat that little team, pull a stall and pull the Princeton offense on. They beat Stratford this afternoon.
Oh, the same team that Bryce them gonna play?
No, Stratford.
Oh, okay. You're right. My bad. I smacked myself. All right, we out of here, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
We up out of here. Peace.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.